yesterday. Will it be Rangers or will it be Heart of Midlothian who go through to take on Celtic in the final on the 25th of May? You're about to find out. It is live here on Sportsound and BBC Radio Scotland with John Robertson, Kenny Miller and Liam McLeod.
Thank you, Richard. Glasgow's Southside hosted a classic here yesterday as Celtic made their way through to yet another Scottish Cup final. Who will join them? Second place Rangers, third place Hearts in the Premiership right now. And in 15 previous attempts in League Cup and Scottish Cup, including replays, Hearts haven't beaten Rangers at Hampden Park. The 1996 League Cup final, 1903, 1998 Scottish Cup finals were staged at Celtic Park. And their only win over them on neutral ground was in that 98 final. And the last time they beat Rangers in a cup tie in Glasgow, all told, was that cup final under Jim Jeffries all those years ago. If you missed the team news at the start of the programme, just ahead of kick-off, here it is. It's Butland in goal for Rangers. Tavernier, Suter and Balogun in the middle, with Sterling at left back, Lundstrom, Diamande and Cantwell, with Seaman, Matondo supporting Dessers. For Hearts, three-time Scottish Cup winner Craig Gordon. One of those came very much knocking on 2 decades ago in Hearts colours when they beat Gretna on penalties. The other two coming in his time at Celtic. The back four, Atkinson, Kent, Rolls and Kingsley. Devlin, Beningame, Grant in the middle, with Vargas and Alan Forrest, whose brother James scored for Celtic in yesterday's semi. Will be up there supporting 28-goal Lawrence Shankland. So just about ready to go here. The pitch is in perfect condition down there. Rangers are going to kick off the second semi, shooting from left to right towards the Tory Glen east end of the stadium. Blue shirts, white shorts, black socks with the red tops. Hearts, maroon shirts and shorts, white socks. And what a chance for these two teams. Will it be the first Celtic Rangers final in this competition since 2002? Or will Hearts reach yet another Scottish Cup final? They've got used to that recently. They've won their last 5 semi-finals in this tournament, and Rangers get the semi underway. Stephen McLean, the 2016 final ref, in charge today as Cantwell digs it back to Tavernier, who launches it long, looking for Matondo. Makes a rare start today for Rangers. It's out with Dujon Sterling on the left. He fires it forward. Dessers gives chase, but Frankie Kent is there to launch it long with the right foot into the Rangers half, when it breaks to Balogun. Knocks it forward, but only onto the chest of Cammy Devlin. It breaks to the former Hearts defender John Suter, who started for Hearts in that 22 Scottish Cup final, which Rangers ultimately won after extra time. Both goals coming in that extra time period through Jack and Wright, neither of whom are involved for Rangers this afternoon. Who will start the brighter could be so important for either of these teams. Rangers not in good form, Hearts are in terrific form just now. They've only lost one of their last 7. Rangers 2 wins in 8. It's all set up for another classic, John Robertson.
Yeah, it certainly has there, and you're looking for just little signs here and there of how they're going to start. Rangers from the kick-off, Lundstrom, just lazy ball, gives it away right away, and you're thinking, Hearts, let's be nice and sharp, let's get at them. That's the only little surprise for me is I thought Vargas may have started up top with his pace, with Lawrence Shankland just in behind them, but they've not. They've left Vargas on the right, and George Grant will be tasked with supporting Lawrence up there.
John Lundstrom ushering the ball out to the captain, Tavernier, on this near side. Forwarded to the feet of Cantwell. He's got goal side of Beningame, driving to the edge of the penalty area. Just dinked away there by Rolls, but Rangers continue. It's played out towards Tavernier, right-hand side of the box, cut out by Kingsley, and now Alan Forrest is driving forward down the left-hand side. Down he goes, free kick, fouled by Mohamed Diamande. And the Rangers manager clearly disagreeing with that. He's having a word with the 4th official, Kevin Clancy, down below us. 2-0, 0-0, Kenny Miller.
Yep, clear free kick there. It was good play from Forrest. Again, initially Cantwell picked a really good position just in behind Beningame. That's where you want to see him. It was a good pass through. Defend it well, and Forrest went on the counter-attack, and that's what he can do. He's a good ball carrier, takes the ball 60 yards, gets his team a free kick, and it's the first chance we've had today to get the ball into the box.
It's George Grant with it, right-footed, clipping it to the right-hand side of the box, where it's flicked away by Sterling. Now it's with Matondo. It's been a bitterly disappointing week on league business for Rangers, defeating Dingwall last Sunday, followed by the draw at Dens on Wednesday night. Clement said he was happier with that performance. They still were nowhere near their best as Tavernier chips the ball over the head of Grant down the right, and Seema early ball in. Dessers makes contact with it, but he's put it well wide. He's 5 or 6 yards from goal, centre of the goal frame as well. It's exactly where he wanted the ball to come, but he can only put it past the right-hand post. It stays 0-0 in the infancy of this one.
Yeah, great ball in for Seema. You can see Dessers, he's got a good position there.
Slightly behind him,
slightly behind him, but he could still have got that right foot on it and direct it towards the target. And if this watching the Hearts there, John, that's Stephen kind of alluded to defensively they may be slipping in, but you look at the position of Kingsley, so far in, just leaving Seema on his own.
Yeah, Kingsley got caught ball watching there. I tell you what, I think he's got to score.
He's got to do better, absolutely.
He's got to at least hit the target, but that sums up Cyril Dessers. At County last week, he had 4 chances, 2 decent saves and 2 absolute sitters, and that's, he's not, you can't in this game of tightness, you can't expect 4 good chances to take 1. I think he's got to score there.
That's the problem for Rangers strikers historically in the past. In the pantheon of Rangers strikers, they would take maybe 2 opportunities and score in 1. Dessers needs 4 or 5.
If that's in the other box, you expect Shankland to score there.
It's Balogun rolling it back the way to Butland. At the very least got his latest clean sheet on Wednesday. He's got 25 of those in his 51 games. Long ball from Butland, headed away by Kent into the midfield. It drops Lundstrom, chests it to Diamonde, right hand side of the centre circle, and now it's back with John Lundstrom, whose long-term career at Rangers is coming under the microscope just now. Will he sign a new deal? Will he be away? He's pinged a long ball out to this near side looking for Seema, cut out by Kingsley, and then Forrest brings Tavernier to the ground. Rangers continue. Cantwell, Dessers in the box, drinks onto the left and scores! Cyril Dessers, 4.5 minutes into the second semi, shimmied and shot beyond Craig Gordon. It's a fantastic striker's goal from the much maligned Dessers, and it's Rangers 1, Heart of Midlothian 0.
And there it is, it's the second chance he's had in the game, and he's took full advantage here. Again, it was just a cross-field pass from John Lundstrom, and Kingsley again doesn't defend it particularly well. Forrest on his heels, but Tavernier's front foot, probably a free kick, but he does great just to knock on to Cantwell, who passes into Dessers, and Dessers shows 3, 4, 5 touches, great feet, eventually just shifts onto his left foot. He sells Atkinson with that last touch, and he drills it low beyond Craig Gordon. That's a wonderful goal for Cyril Dessers. Good feet and an excellent finish.
Hearts didn't heed the warning. Dessers had the opportunity. Kenny's right. The first clearance is actually okay, but Tavernier's alive. He gets there in front of Forrest. Lovely little pass from Torquato, and this probably sums up Cyril Dessers. He's no type of thing. He's just got to shift his feet. There's Hearts bodies everywhere. He manages to shift it onto his left foot, and it's a very good finish. But Hearts will be, they started like this at Ibrox. They need to get a foothold in the game. They need to hang in there.
Yeah, they got blown away that day, and Cyril Dessers knocking home what is his 18th goal for Rangers. This is his 48th match, and as Tavernier knocks it forward and looking for Dessers, it's Kai Rolls who gets his head onto it, but it breaks to Diamonde. We did discuss beforehand, John was talking about it, the first goal could be so crucial today. Well, that first goal has gone to Rangers.
Yeah, that's not what Hearts needed. Hearts needed to get the first 15, 20 minutes, get the Rangers fans nervous. There's a perfect example that if Hearts dig in for the first 15, 20 minutes, it stays 0-0. Balls like that, the Rangers fans suddenly get upset and nervous and everything turns. But listen to the Rangers end right now. They're flying. They're not worried about Lundstrom's bad ball now. But that's why Hearts desperately needed to start better.
I'm just watching Hearts though, John. They're trying to get pressure on the top end of the pitch, but their back line is so far back. There's 50 yards from front to back. It's too big. That's where the space that you like to see Seema and your Cantwells. They want to be playing that, and they will expose Hearts if they don't tighten up.
I think the problem with that, Kenny, is that there's no doubt Matondo and Seema in particular. Rangers have got unbelievably quick players, and I don't think they want to leave that space in behind. But you're right, what's allowing there is twice it's happened. They've got the ball to Cantwell, and he's caused problems. So they do that. Either the strikers have got to drop back in and close up the gap,
absolutely,
and just say, we'll concede possession and get ready to break.
7 minutes in then, Rangers with a 1-0 lead, and they are on the ball again. Lundstrom on the halfway line left of the centre circle, back to Balogun. who starts at right centre-back. Souttar probably prefer it on the right, but he's on the left, despite Connor Goldson being omitted from the side today, as Dessers rolls it back into his own half for Balogun, and he squares it to Souttar. Shankland comes to press him. Souttar gets it out to that left-hand side for Sterling, fires it into the feet of Cantwell. Lovely spin by Todd Cantwell, but Kent defends it well and has it back. It's Beningame moving it back the way to Kye Rowles. Rolls forward to Forrest. Tavernier challenges and wins it back. It's more zip about Rangers in these opening 8 minutes than we have seen in the last couple of games, all told. As Sima picks up on this near side. Here's Tavernier. And with the outside of the boot, flicks it back to Balogun. Much more life about Rangers so far, Kenny. I suppose the early goal helps.
No, it does. It gives them that confidence. We asked as Sima's going into the box at the moment.
He's picked it up right-hand side back to Cantwell. The cross just too high for Dessers. Atkinson gets it away towards Vargas. He's running into trouble, though, at the edge of his own box. He's given it away. Sterling can't quite burrow it through. And it pops out to Benny Beningame, who's clipped to the ground by Sima. And that will be a Hearts free kick. They're going to have to be so careful, Hearts, here, that this semi-final doesn't get away from them.
Yeah, well, listen, like you say, that goal's done. It's done wonders for Rangers. The players, the confidence. I mean, they've got that lead now. Again, I'm looking at this left-hand side, the Hearts team, right-hand side, the Rangers attack, and Kingsley's just getting nowhere near Seaman. That's two just dink balls, simple dink passes over the top, and Seaman's on this right flank all on his own. It's something they're going to need to address. Otherwise, this, like you say, this game could get away from them quickly.
Well, the Hearts have been to the Scottish Cup final 3 times in the last 5 campaigns. Quite got over the line, running into Celtic, of course. And Rangers, twice to Celtic, once to Rangers. As Lundstrom gets through the legs of Devlin, now Cantwell. Dessers is on his bike if he can find him. Clip ball, Matondo is going to try and get onto it down the left. It's bounced away from him, and then he runs inexplicably, runs the ball out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in to Hearts over on the far side. Needed a little bit better quality from Cantwell there, and Hearts could have been in trouble again.
Wrong choice, Kenny. I thought Dessers looked.
You know what? It's the wrong pass, John, because I think he's trying to. He should be hitting it straight through, because Matondo's going to blitz anybody. If he puts the ball straight towards the goal, Matondo wants to run through on it.
I think that passage you play there sums up the first 10 minutes. When Hearts have had the ball at the back, Rangers are closing them down with real intensity, as they have just done again. Their Hearts aren't quite getting.
Yeah, and Lundstrom goes for a goal from well out, left-hand side of the box, and it goes over the crossbar. The Hearts haven't started playing yet. This is a big problem for Stephen Naismith.
The thing is, Liam, right, you can see the aspects of, obviously, the opening chance gave Rangers a lift and then the goal. But look at that there again. Lundstrom's right on the back of Cammy Devlin. They're pushing right up against Hearts. They're virtually going man for man. Whereas watch now, Rangers get the ball, nobody's going to close down. Nobody's going up there. They're trying to intercept the pass through.
And Beningame, and a poor touch from him, and he's lost it. His manager is furious down there. Here's Abdallah Sima for Rangers, knocking it in behind Dessers, who wanted it into feet, and it comes back eventually to Craig Gordon, who hits it forward first time with a left foot high ball. Shankland taking it down in the centre circle. He's done really well. It's having to come so deep, though, for him to get involved in the match. He's not been able to get it in the attacking third. He's on it again down the left. Good work by Shankland. He couldn't quite dink it forward into the path of Forrest, though, and Tavernier's there to clear, and it breaks out to this near side for Rowles, who rolls it back to his keeper. And it's at the feet of Craig Gordon. 11 minutes in, Rangers 1, Hearts 0.
Again, in this, we asked at the start of the game who could be the guy to make the difference for Rangers. Already you've had the goal for Cyril Dessers, but Todd Cantwell's picking up some really good positions just in behind Beningame. 3-4 times already in this opening 11 minutes he's got on the ball, trying to make things happen. Again, if Hearts don't get to grips with that, then he could be causing them more problems.
Kingsley has it, level with the edge of the centre circle, low ball back to Rowles, and now Devlin. You know, Rangers are strangling the space for Hearts. They're not able to get the midfield players involved and in space at all.
Well, look at that now, compare it to Hearts. Look at the distances between Leon Balogun to Cyril Dessers. There's nowhere for Hearts to play through.
It's out with Atkinson wide on the right hand side, moving into a central position here. Sterling trying to stick with him all the way over to this side. He's found Kingsley, first time ball though. He can't find Forrest, straight to Tavernier, but it breaks to Atkinson. Atkinson will square it to Devlin, and opts to his right. He can play it through to Vargas, but he doesn't get it past Matondo. And it then goes down, body check by Devlin, but Rangers emerge with the ball in any case. I think Stephen McLean is going to have to stop play because of the The injury sustained there by Dujon Sterling, or rather Rabbi Matondo, just to the edge of his own penalty area, so just a brief stoppage. Should have he brought it back for the free kick for the foul on him, having initially allowed Rangers an advantage. It's going to be a drop ball.
Good opportunity for Hearts there, just to start. Should be a pass he should be making there, John.
I think I've seen Devlin pull the trigger, Kenny, because what it does do is it gives the Hearts fans a lift. You know, he's had a shot on target or just off target. All right, that's us. We've had an attacking spot there. He's tried a very intricate pass, which was easily cut out, but you know, slightly better for Hearts. Getting into the last third is what you want, but as I say, you see the difference already. Cantwell's picked up 2 or 3 great positions. George Grant, I don't think he's touched the ball, and he's playing in exactly the same position, but he doesn't look to go in and play in the holes. He's at the opposite side of the ball both times, and look, he's not exactly busting to get back.
We've lost it. Dessers, is he onside? It's a long ball in behind the Hearts defence. Dessers is onto it, left hand side of the box, and he will be flagged offside eventually. Thought he was getting a corner there. In fact, some of the Hearts defenders were setting for a corner, but he seemed to be well off when that ball was lofted through towards him.
Yeah, he's clearly off. Good couple of yards off there. Just goes too early. There's a big space again between Rolls and Kent. He could have held his run there, timed it a little bit better, but he's definitely offside.
That's the part that drives you nuts again, though, Liam. We talk about the intricacies of the game. We're standing here. We know he's 4 or 5 yards offside. So why not just put the flag up?
Someone must be injured there.
Yeah, Ross McCausland looks like he's getting ready to come on for Rangers, so an early substitution coming here.
Maybe it's Matondo with that collision.
He just took that bang there, didn't he? He looks to be moving okay.
Yeah. Oh, Seamer's having a glance to the bench as well. It's going to be one of the wide men.
Well, that would be McCausland's side, wouldn't it? Here come Hearts on the attack. Vargas looking for Shankland, couldn't quite find Forrest, almost got it back, but for Todd Cantwell doing a good job defensively there. Shankland could have been in for a strikey goal. It's out for the Hearts, throwing over on the far side, about level with the Rangers 18. As McCausland waits to come on, and they're going to make the sub now.
Yeah, Seamer.
Abdallah Sima then will come off and will be replaced by McCausland. So Rangers will hope that this isn't a recurrence of a problem for Sima. He spent a few months out, the injury after such an excellent first half of the campaign, and since coming back he's been involved from the bench a couple of times. Got that goal against Celtic, albeit with a big deflection. That is a blow for him personally and for Rangers collectively, Kenny.
No, it certainly is. Again, it looked like he was maybe just reaching for his hamstring as he was walking off. He's definitely frustrated there. But it'll be a big loss, because you're right, he had the 2 sub appearances. He's been thrown straight back into that starting lineup. So it's been shown how much he's needed for Rangers.
Long throw into the Rangers box by Atkinson is headed harmlessly behind, well wide by Kenneth Vargas. And that will be a goal kick to Rangers, which Butland takes quickly to Suter. He squares it across his own penalty area there to Balogun. There's Tavernier up the line. McCausland's first touch. Back to Lundstrom. Right foot ball to the left-hand side for Sterling. Gets it under control, but slips just as he was about to get back onto it. And Vargas regains the ball for Hearts. He goes back to Kent. We played 16. Rangers leading. Axter early. Desser's goal. 1-0. It's going to be a Hearts ball over on the north stand side as they attack the Mount Florida west end of the stadium in this first half. And it's Nathaniel Atkinson over there. He was once again preferred to Dexter Lembikisa in the starting 11 for Hearts today. As Atkinson bowls it forward into the feet of Shankland, into the midfield. It's Devlin, then Beningame. Short back to Kent, to Devlin, and then to Kent. What have you made of Benny Beningame this season, John? Has he managed to get back to the levels that we saw when he first arrived?
Yeah, he's had a lot of injuries. He's come back just after a year there, and he's a big player for Hearts. When he's on it, he's very, very good indeed. He's very, very important. His contract's up, so I'm sure Hearts will want to tear him down, but he's certainly in the last few months he's been absolutely terrific.
Sliding challenge over on the far side for Sterling. Hearts seeing more of the ball now and in Rangers territory, so that's encouraging from their point of view. 17 in. Atkinson has it right hand side. Low ball across is cleared by Suter, controlled by Devlin, who rolls it short out to Atkinson on the far side. Grant with a little flick looking for Devlin. Lundstrom gets in the way though. And he clears his lines into the Hearts half, where Rolls, under pressure from Dessers, knocks it forward to Atkinson, and then it comes back to Frankie Kent. Rangers unbeaten in the last 13 meetings with Hearts. 11 of those 13 were victories. As that slipped forward towards Forrest against Balogun. Forrest, right-hand side of the Rangers box, shows too much of it to Balogun though, gets the touch, and out of play goes off Forrest last. And it will be a Rangers throw-in, and that's very well defended by the returning Leon Balogun in for Connor Goldson this afternoon. Rangers 1, Hearts 0.
Yeah, he's read that run really well. It was good movement actually. Forrest off this left-hand side, making that little diagonal run in behind. It was a good pass. He had to get there and track the run, got there, and they defended the 1v1 situation against Forrest very well.
Hearts' last win over Rangers was in the Scottish Cup. Ollie Bozanic got the goal for Daniel Stendel's side in 2020. No wins since then though. As it rolls, wins the header. Vargas trying to keep it in play. He can't do that though, and it's going to go out for a Rangers throw-in out on their left-hand side. On the far side from where we watch, halfway up the main south stand. Fabulous view that we have here. Up there with the two Edinburgh clubs, Tynecastle and Easter Road, probably the best positions for us, certainly, as Sterling rolls it back to Suter and he goes back to Butland. Butland taking the touch. Of course, Hearts were beaten by Rangers in the League Cup semis this season, 3-1. It was another disappointing showing against Rangers for Hearts that afternoon. So late Shanklin penalties, all they had to show for it. They were 3-0 down and going out of the cup by that point. Lundstrom plays it out to Sterling wide in the left, and he goes back to Suter. Suter's short ball to Lundstrom, who finds Balogun, who finds Tavernier over on the right. Skips infield away from Forrest at walking pace at the moment though. He plays it, a little short ball to Diamande, back to Balogun, who knocks it off Shankland, and out for a Rangers throw-in on this near side. Has it been a bit more encouraging from a Hearts point of view the last 5 minutes?
The last 10 minutes is 10 minutes. How you'd hope the first 10 minutes would have gone. Be tighter, be in Rangers' face a bit more relaxed on the ball, a bit more confident on the ball. But the first 10 minutes Hearts just weren't there, and Rangers took full advantage of it. But it's now a much more even contest, and I think as well Atkinson will be relieved, because whilst McCausland's a very good player, a tricky player, he doesn't have that blistering pace that Seema's got. So I think Atkinson will get a wee bit closer to him, knowing that McCausland might not run away from him in terms of pace.
Yeah, sorry, do you mean Kingsley?
Yeah, Kingsley, sorry.
Sorry. It's going to be a throw-in over on the far side for Hearts, and it is Atkinson level with his own penalty spot, bowling it forward up the right-hand touchline. Shanklin can't get a touch onto it, Suter does. Now it is at the aforementioned McCausland's feet, and he's dancing away from a couple of challenges. Outside of the boot, flicks it to the right-hand side of the box for Dessers, back to Tavernier. First time right foot cross comes in, and it's headed away by Kent, who scored that late winner at the much closer than expected fourth round tie at Spartans. Hearts squeezed through 2-1. The goals of the season in that match, of course, James Cragan's goal for Spartans, which shocked Hearts. The Edinburgh side pick up a free kick in the midfield just as it looked as though Rangers were about to burst through again there. Is that Dessers goal the difference? 21 on the clock.
Yes,
1-0 to Rangers.
The Rangers midfield are just causing Hearts a problem. In fact, I think it's a bit of Hearts press as well to play on his own, because George Grant's pushing up and he's leaving Beningame and Devlin with with three, and Cantwell just off. You see him there, ball goes into Dessers, he's got the run. Yeah. If he gets that in his stride there, he's going 1v1 against Kent. He's just finding this position where they're finding it really hard to deal with him, but they're also finding it hard to get to Lundstrom because Grant's taking himself out of the game.
That's the tactical thing you're talking about there, Kenny, because Rangers are playing 4-2-3-1, and you've got 2v1 for Rangers there against Grant, and Hearts have got 2v1 technically against Hearts, but they're not looking at that. They're pushing on to the two Rangers midfield players and leaving Cantwell wide open.
Stephen Kingsley is a throw-in on this near side for Hearts, level with the edge of the D of the Rangers box. He's found Shankland, who digs it out with the outside of the right boot, but he can only play it out for a Rangers throw-in. It's not happening for them at the moment. Scotland's third force currently. Looks like third spot will be sealed sooner rather than later, and of course by virtue of Celtic's win yesterday, that means that even if they get knocked out of the Cup today, they will be guaranteed at least Conference League group, well, league phase, of course, as it is next season, 6 league phase matches. But they'll hope for 8 Europa League phase matches rather than that prize, because they will drop into the playoff stage of the Europa League, which they'll be very pleased about, but want to, of course, lift the trophy themselves. And Kingsley has a throw-in on this near side. They're going to have to come from behind in this semi-final if that's to be achieved, though. Quarter of the way into the second semi. And Rangers on top on the scoreline is Vargas with an ambitious effort from about 35 yards there, and that has to be very, very special to beat Jack Butland from there. It wasn't. It sailed many yards wide of the left-hand post, and it stays Rangers 1, Hearts 0.
Yeah, it did, but again, I don't mind that. It's a shot, and it gives the Hearts fans a little boost that they're easing their way back into the game yet. They're not causing Rangers any great stress, but they're starting to get more of the ball, they're starting to get in possession. I just think the way the teams have set up, I'd like to see, Rangers are playing
That's a poor ball out of defence by Lundstrom, straight to Alan Forrest, who's driving into the area, left hand side, shoot, saved by Butland. Hearts corner, their first of the semi. One mistake from John Lundstrom was almost so crucial, and Alan Forrest drove forward. He forces the save, and that is exactly what John Robertson's talking about. That will get the Hearts fans going.
It gets them going, they're in there, as I say, they've pressed it a little bit better there, but I'm just about to say the Rangers have played 2 defensive midfield players and one in the hole. I'd like to see Hearts switch it, just play one, go man for man in there, and then get Devlin pushed further forward and put more pressure on the Rangers midfield.
Signs of life for Hearts. In comes the corner from Grant, headed away by Tavernier on the 6-yard line. Beningame nicks it back off Dessers, looking for an option in maroon, squares it to Devlin. Devlin then out to the right-hand side at Shankland, bends across, ball in, Kent's there! Butland saves, what a chance! And Frankie Kent is lying spark out on the deck, looking up to the heavens. What a chance that was! It stays Rangers 1, Hearts 0, corner to Hearts.
It's hard to say whether that's a miss or a brilliant save. I think it's a brilliant save. What a ball. He looks like he's offside. To be fair, it probably wouldn't have counted. He's offside, but Butland's not to know that. What an unbelievable save.
In comes the corner, outswinger from Grant, and Kingsley's headers over the bar. 3, maybe even 4 attempts on goal there if you count the one from Vargas before all of that, but some really good opportunities for Hearts, and that will offer them all kinds of encouragement. Just one behind. Couldn't take any of those, Kenny, but that was Hearts' best period in the match.
Yeah, it was a wonderful cross for Lawrence Shankland. He just inside the left foot, just bending it in towards the goal. And Kent, he just got the run off inside James Tavernier, but he was going to be offside. There's no doubt he was ahead of the defender. But again, Jack Butland wasn't to know that, and again, just proving his worth again. What a wonderful season he's had.
And it was a Kingsley header there as well. Here's Shankland. It's a long ball, asking way too much of Vargas, though. It's all the way through to Butland, making those 2 saves. Yes, looking at the replay there, it looked like Kent's shoulder was in an offside position, but it's 2 big saves for Butland again. One from Forrest, one from Kent, and it keeps the clean sheet at this stage. On 26 minutes, Rangers 1, Hearts 0 on Sportsound this Sunday afternoon here at the National Stadium. The sun trying to creep out from the previously grey skies above, as Tavernier rolls it out to McCausland on this near side. We're on BBC Radio Scotland. We are on digital, online, bbc.co.uk/Sport Scotland. Lundstrom attacking Hearts defence here, finds Cantwell at the edge of the box, and then cleared by Kingsley straight off Cantwell, who brings Forrest down just before that, and that'll be a free kick to Hearts just outside their box. Rangers 1, Hearts 0.
Yeah, definite free kick there, but again, Todd Cantwell getting in a good position. I think he's just turned the wrong way in that instance. He's taken it and turned right way, where I think John Lundstrom had popped it in. He was looking for the 1-2 again, but he's picking up really dangerous positions. But when he just overruns it, Alan Forrest gets back there, cuts it out. Definite free kick.
Of course, also potentially celebrating yesterday the likes of St Mirren and Dundee, because 5th place in the Premiership will now also achieve continental competition, Conference League qualifiers. You think Hearts will finish 3rd. You would think Kilmarnock will finish 4th. It's going to be a battle royale between St Mirren and Dundee for that other European spot. There's Matondo on the left. for Rangers. Little ball to the left of the circle for Diamonde. Forward to the right there, Cantwell. Right central area, right-hand side of the box. Low ball to McCausland. He's inside the area here. Blasts it across, blocked by Kingsley. Back to McCausland, gives it straight to Forrest, who then goes in on Tavernier, and it's Tavernier who emerges with the ball. Knocking it back the way to Diamonde, level with the edge of the D of the Hearts box. Little ball infield to Cantwell, back to Diamonde, to Cantwell, to Diamonde, and back to Balogun. Into the centre circle for Suter. Surveys the pitch ahead of him and knocks it out low to Matondo on that left-hand side. Matondo with the ball into the box. It almost came through to Cantwell there, and Kai Rolls, a little bit last ditch, gets it clear. Atkinson's touch up high, takes it back towards his own goal. Kent heads it away, and out it will go for a throw-in over on the far side to Rangers, a bit level with the Hearts 18-yard line. Infield to Todd Cantwell, and back up the line for Lundstrom. And now it's with Suter inside his own half. Hearts having to do a bit of defending just in these last couple of minutes as Rangers look for a second. Give them a bit of daylight and a breathing space. It's Tavernier on this near side. Comes off Kingsley and out for a throw into Rangers. Just on the brink of the attacking third. Tavernier bowls it forward. The sliding Devlin puts it out for a throw-in down by the corner flag on this near side. The Rangers right as they attack the goal to the right. The Cyril Dessers gave them an early lead inside 5 minutes. Tavernier's throw-in looking for McCausland. Gordon surely shouted there. His defence still under pressure, and Forrest has caught McCausland there just as he gets it clear, and some of the Rangers fans claiming penalty. McCausland isn't, which is the telltale. As it's Balogun knocking it forward to Tavernier. And back the way, there's a foul on Diamonde, and Stephen McLean wants to speak to Cammy Devlin, who we know likes to play in the edge of things. 29.5 just about. Rangers 1, Hearts 0.
Yeah, here's this potential kind of penalty look. I think it's two players going for it. Yeah, it's hard to see who actually gets to the ball there. I mean, again, McCausland's reaction wasn't one of asking for the penalty, so again, it's a telltale sign.
Rangers have it with Balogun. Plays it out to Tavernier on this near side, then back to Leon Balogun, a veteran. He'll be 36 in June. Balogun back in his second spell. And it's out to Suter. Takes a touch. It was a dangerous move there. Vargas was not almost onto it. He's found Diamonde, and now Matondo in a central area. Gets away from one. Now he's driving forward. He's got pace of arm. Rabi Matondo up towards the edge of the box. Rolls it to the right angle a bit for McCausland. Infield Matondo. Lays it back to Tavernier, who took a touch and then shoots. Should he have hit it first time when there was a bit more pace on the ball? It stays Rangers 1, Hearts 0. We played a half hour.
Big gamble from Suter there, but he took the risk and he managed to slide it through, and from the moment that pass reached midfield, Rangers were on a real good counter-attack there. And I think, it's a much more even game now, but the big difference for me, Kenny, is that the amount of touches Todd Cantwell's getting in the last third and entries in the last third compared to the guy who's supposed to be doing that job for Hearts, George Grant, who I don't think we've even mentioned yet, and Hearts have still not managed to pick him up.
It's because George Grant's kicking on. He's taking himself ahead of the midfield to press Suter or Balogun, so that leaves Diamande, Lundstrom and Cantwell against Devlin and Biringame. And in that situation, they've tried to go aggressive. Rangers were good enough to play through it. Hearts is pressing. You know what? They're not showing enough energy either. Hearts got to go after it. They're just kind of ambling after the centre backs, and they can still pick the pass, as did Suter did there.
Hearts on the ball here with Kent, short to Devlin. Back to Kent. Emerged through a potentially tricky quarter-final at Capello against Morton. Did Hearts. Lundstrom's ball into the midfield, finds Diamonde, but he was never really command of the situation. And then Stephen McLean, having initially looked as though he was going to allow Hearts to continue, and belatedly blew his whistle for a foul on Todd Cantwell.
It's not a foul. I think it's just a flailing arm that's caught him. He's not. See, that's nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Cantwell's played the new rules there. He's gone down. He's got a flick of a finger in his face. He's gone down, and Hearts were on a really good counter-attack there. That's poor refereeing. Yeah, I thought
initially he was pulling it back for the free kick, but it's just because of the supposed head knock suffered by Cantwell, who's down. And the physio's docs are having a look at his left eye there. Maybe a grazing fingernail of Devlin has caught him, which has obviously caused discomfort for the Rangers midfielder, and it's allowing the match, the two sets of players, to take a bit of a breather here. 33 on the clock, with Rangers leading by 1-0. It's a quieter midweek coming up with regards to the matches. The first post-split games take place next weekend. Before that, Tyrone Dundee United on the telly on Friday. United all but up. An immediate return to the Premiership after their home win over Ayr United yesterday. And that takes place at the Excelsior on Friday evening, live in the BBC Scotland channel. On Saturday, Hearts are at Kilmarnock in their first post-split match. Livingston could go down. They're at home to Ross County. You've got Motherwell up at Pittodrie to take on Aberdeen, who performed so well here yesterday, but are still just 5 points clear of 11th place County. Robbie Boyd having beaten Rangers for the first time last week. Then on Sunday, you've got St Mirren Rangers 12:30, Dundee Celtic at 3. The next chapter of the title race. It's the business end of the season. Cantwell's okay, and it's game on again at Hampden. And it's a defeat to Kai Rolls, who steps across halfway left of the centre circle. Long ping ball, looking for Grant or Atkinson. He's trying to keep it in play, and it bounces away from both of them. And it goes behind for a Rangers goal kick. Rangers leading by 1-0. Had the Indian sign over Hearts in recent times. A Hearts team that's beaten Celtic twice this campaign, relatively comfortably as well, including the meeting in December at Celtic Park. Won another crack at the holders in the final, but they're behind still as Lundstrom deals with it well under pressure from 3 Hearts players. Ball dancing between his feet. He then fires it out to Sterling, but he and Matondo get in each other's way, and it's Hearts in possession with Devlin. He finds Beningame. A little bit sloppy from Rangers, just offers Hearts that little bit of encouragement. Beningame finds rolls it forward, looking for Forrest, can't find him. And again, the quality in the final third. A couple of decent balls in that we have seen, particularly Shankland's for Kent's chance. But it needs to be better than that, as that trickles behind for the goal kick to Rangers.
It does, and I think the frustrating thing for the Hearts support at the moment is you're still seeing signs of Rangers' nervousness and Rangers not being at 100%. Yeah, Rangers have been the better side, and they've got their goal, and Hearts have had a couple of half chances. Big save, we know it's offside. Hearts have got themselves back in the game, but there's still signs that Rangers are not quite at it. But Hearts have to, in this position in particular, be much better.
Cantwell shooting from distance, claims to come off a hand of the blocking defender, who was Rolls. Here comes McCausland on the follow-up, chips the ball to the back post. What a ball it was. Craig Gordon was completely perplexed by that one, and it's fortunate there was nobody in blue and white behind him to knock it into an empty net. From 36, it stays Rangers 1, Hearts 0.
And that's the difference with Ross McCausland. He might not have the blistering pace that Sima has, but he's a far better dribbler of the ball and putting defenders on the back foot. And if you see Dessers, I think Ross McCausland's looked up and seen Dessers at the back post and just stood up, but Dessers comes inside rather than holding his position. Could have had a tap in there if he had held his position.
It's deja vu. You saw that twice yesterday.
Yep.
Beautiful ball, just floated up beyond the goalkeeper. Strikers, if you can't get across the front, go and drift to the back, find a bit of space, and if Dessers just drifts off there, he's got a great chance.
Yeah, those 2 Junior Hoylett crosses were 2 of the best crosses you'll see all season. All for nothing in the end for Aberdeen. Fortunately for them, Celtic through to play the winners of this. Short corner. There, Tavernier to Cantwell, then to Lundstrom, and then it's chipped in towards Balogun, who heads straight at Gordon, flanks up anyway. It's a lovely drifted ball in by Diamonde, and Craig Gordon's having a little look at his defenders there, because that all looked a little bit too easy for Leon Balogun. Yes, he's got the advantage because he's obviously offside. A little bit worrying from a Hearts point of view, right in the middle of their goal.
Yeah, it was. Rangers worked it well, actually. Obviously something straight for the training ground. They'll see Hearts are zonal in their defence of the corner, and they've went short, worked it round the outside, and Diamande just flicks it into the middle of the 6-yard box. And listen, Leon Balogun looked well offside. Not seen a replay as yet to confirm it, but it looked well offside.
It's going to be a free kick to Hearts here, which Rolls is over. It's a few yards inside their own half. Left of the centre circle as they attack the goal to our left. Chip ball down the line, comes off the head of McCausland, back towards his captain Tavernier. He finds Diamonde, flicks it with the outside of the boot for Dessers. Dessers loses out to Devlin. Now it's with Beningame. Cantwell all over him. Beningame spinning 180 degrees. Good play. Then he rolls it out to Shanklin. He was caught there. Stephen McLean allowing the advantage here. Shanklin wins the corner off Diamonde. Rangers 1, Hearts 0. No further action to be taken here against the Rangers man.
I know Shanklin got the corner there, but he done well to get the corner. I think Hearts might have just rather had that free kick there with the opportunity to put it in behind that Rangers back line and in front of Butland, rather than this corner where Rangers can get back and defend it.
Yeah, it was good play in the end, but you say I think the free kick that is perfect because you've got a big area you can throw it into a bit. Hopefully Hearts can take advantage of this.
Nice swinger from Grant from the left-hand side. There's Hearts head won that initially. McCausland hits it half away and eventually it's booted to safety as Dessers tries to hit in the counter here. Devlin does well to win it back off him though. Here is Devlin playing it to his left for Forrest. Forrest then moving into a central position. Diamonde for company. Plays it to Atkinson on the right. Ever closer to half-time. Stephen Naismith's a picture of frustration down there. He wants these passes to be coming forward quicker. As Kent picks up and turns it out to Atkinson on the right. Short ball to Beningame, first time forward to Vargas. It bounces off Suter though. And now it's Lundstrom, but given away by Matondo. Now it's Vargas looking for Grant, but assisting behind him. And it's booted to safety by Tavernier into the Hearts half. And it comes all the way through to Atkinson. Rangers 1, Hearts 0. Got 5.5 minutes of the 45 to play.
The mood's changed in the stadium now. It was said earlier on, the early Rangers goal gave them a lift. We saw Lundstrom kick the ball at the park. Rangers fans didn't really worry about it, but now a couple of sloppy passes. They know that Hearts are on top. In terms of possession, in terms of getting their foot in the ball, Hearts are starting to get on top a little bit without really threatening Rangers, and you can now feel that there's a nervousness about the Rangers fans in the stadium.
See the Scotland manager Steve Clarke here this afternoon. His injury problems continue to grow. Stuart Armstrong stretchered off last night playing for Southampton, and he is now a major doubt for Euro 2024, and plenty others, and there's still plenty of the season to go. I'm hoping there's no further damage. There's Shanklin for Hearts, who will almost certainly be there, but Rangers pinch it back. Cantwell in the midfield, flicking it forward. Right hand side, Dessers attacking the Hearts penalty area, shows too much of it to Kent, and then a couple of players slide in on Ravi Matondo, who goes down, and eventually Stephen McLean signals for the free kick to Rangers. It's right to centre, 25 yards from goal, as they look for a second.
Yeah, it's a perfect position there for James Tavernier, I would say. You know, Cyril Dessers, he's got 1v1 with Kent, just kind of gets the tackle. But you see Matondo, he makes it before. I think it's Devlin again, actually, that's sliding in. Devlin and Atkinson.
Might well have been Atkinson who the final touch. A yellow card's been produced to one of those Hearts players. I'm assuming
I think it's Naismith,
Stephen Naismith.
Oh, was it? Right,
yeah.
okay.
I think he's unhappy about that free kick being given. I mean, obviously Matondo's kicked the ball at the pitch, but he's definitely got there first before the contact from either Devlin or Atkinson.
Well, free kick Rangers, and
they're still having a go down there. They've also had a look at the replay. The Hearts bench are not happy at all. Frankie McAvoy's having a go here, but listen, the free kick's been given, and you know, as long as Hearts can survive it.
It's yeah, I mean it's in probably the exact area from where Stephen Kingsley scored against Hibs here in the semi a couple of years ago. Albeit he didn't take the free kick. It was, well, he did. He played a shot,
well
got
worked,
it back.
Yeah, well worked.
Wasn't directly from the free kick. It's in that kind of position, facing the same goal frame. Tavernier is the only candidate right now. Two Rangers players are standing in front of the four-man Hearts wall. Craig Gordon standing just to his right of centre. Tavernier right-footed, and it's over the bar, and it stays. Rangers 1, Hearts 0 on 42.
Wasn't great, you know. That's from a Hearts perspective, that's what you want. I think it's important now that Hearts get to the interval and keep it as it is, because you can see, I think Stephen's cutting up for straight fire. I think he wants the ball forward quicker, not in the air, just get it forward quicker, pass it forward, try and get Rangers. He senses that his team are now have battled back in and get on a level foot with Rangers, but they need to keep the pressure on, try and keep Rangers nervous, because there's no doubt that the Rangers side have just dropped off from a very, very quick start.
Stephen Naismith won the Scottish Cup with Rangers, part of that 2009 victory over Falkirk. as it comes back to Butland. I mean, the guys to my left have both won this competition. It must be one of your prized possessions, I would have thought, winning this tournament.
Listen, it's such a prestigious competition to be involved in. Again, you look at the showpiece. It's what everybody be watching at the end of the Scottish season is the cup final. You want to be involved, and obviously you want to then go and finish the job and lift the trophy. Incredible experience to actually win it.
Well, work by McCausland to Lundstrom, out to the left-hand side. Matondo in the Hearts half now. McCausland's looked good since coming on. He's another who's had his injury problems. That's where Rangers have been really hurt by injuries recently. Yes, central midfield, but they've got plenty cover there in the wide areas. Being hamstrung, not that it affected their form during that 11-game winning run, their best since 92-93. Forrest wins it back for Hearts, gets it round Tavernier. McCausland with a brilliant slide challenge back, and he gets a round of applause from his teammate Balogun there as well. Dreadful ball by Diamonde, straight to Devlin. Baningime under pressure, tries to get it back to Kent, who fires it forward. And Shankland's not going to get onto that. Goes out for a throw-in on this near side to Rangers to be taken by Tavernier. Final minute of the 45, and there will be 2 minutes we hear added on at the end, primarily, presumably, because of that injury sustained by Cantwell earlier. It's Cantwell on the ball here in the Hearts half, right to centre, then dinking it to the left-hand side there. It's a poor touch, Matondo, then he slips and allows Atkinson in, and it's cleared. Clearance goes straight to Lundstrom. I don't think either team has got to the levels we know they're both capable of in this match so far. Rangers, though, with a crucial goal. Tried to take a quick free kick down the left to Sterling, but Stephen McLean wasn't ready. It'll be a free kick to Rangers just beyond the midway point of Hearts territory, and about 10 yards from that far side touchline in front of the north stand.
Listen, I think Stephen Naismith does cut a frustrated figure down there, but he's getting frustrated with silly little decisions that are maybe going against him. He maybe needs to have a long hard look at how Todd Cantwell keeps getting on the ball in between the midfield and defence. Are you too deep? Are you not squeezing with it? Have you got your press wrong? Because for me, it's going to get away from Hearts, John, if they continue to allow Todd Cantwell into those positions, driving at a back line. The 4v4.
We've already said it, Kenny, that the centre halves don't want to get dragged in there. You saw Royals look and think, oh, no, I'm not going with him. And he's gotten right behind Devlin and Baningime into that hole. And as I said, going the other way, George Grant's not affected the game in that way. Him and Shankland have come short. It looks like they're trying to drag the centre halves out for the wide men to come in off the flank. But thankfully for Hearts, Cantwell's not made that room count, but the amount of times he's got on it is incredible. That free kick from Tavernier came to nothing into the box and eased away by Hearts. 2 minutes confirmed. We're into the first of those now. It's back here with Butland. Long ball up towards the halfway line. Cantwell trying to get onto it. It breaks Kingsley's way and he's able to fire it back first time to his keeper. And it's Craig Gordon dumping it forward first time with the left foot. Bounces forward towards Vargas. Balogun's the covering player for Rangers. He deals with it well, and Cantwell finds McCausland. Just thinking there, Balogun might be the calmness that Rangers have been needing at the back, as they've looked rocky in recent times. Here's Shankland, though, after another loose ball from Lundstrom. He and Diamonde have been guilty of that several times today, but Diamonde's won it back. Now it's Cantwell. Shankland trying to backtrack, but Cantwell's away from him. Matondo pulls off to his left. Matondo with a chance. Oh, he couldn't take it, though. Really good slide challenge by Nat Atkinson to deny Matondo just as he was pulling the trigger, and it stays Rangers 1, Hearts 0 at the end of the first minute of 2 added on at the end of the first half. And it's Hearts just overplaying there, John. They've got Shankland, they've got Vargas, they eventually get it. Diamonde does what he should, nicks it off them, sends Cantwell free again, driving at the Hearts battling, and he's just waiting. He knows the pace of Matondo's coming up the outside, and he just slips the perfect pass. You're just thinking touch and hit across the goalkeeper, and he just takes too long. His first touch wasn't right, Kenny, and that gave Atkinson the chance to get back. We keep talking about it, and Cantwell's been a major problem. Tavernier takes the corner, looking for the back post area. Crucial period this for Hearts. Breaks to Sterling, heads it towards the penalty spot. Away by Forrest, now Vargas, who's able to clear. But for Atkinson, and Matondo scored there. It might well have been lights out for Hearts already, right at the end of the first half. They need to, at the very least, get in at the break, just one behind. Yeah, they certainly do, and as I say, you take the first 10 minutes out of the equation. Hearts it's been an even game after that, but they were a goal behind, and they haven't got to grips with Cantwell. For me, that's the big problem. That's where Rangers are going to get out. So I think Stephen Naismith will have a real good chat with him at half-time. He's got to sort out that little conundrum, because that's where the problem really is.
Dessers the difference at half-time here as the players make their way up the tunnel at half-time. He took it well, having missed an earlier opportunity, and was already early in the match when he scored the goal. Lovely little shimmy and left foot finish low past Craig Gordon, set up by Cantwell. There's been another couple of opportunities. Hearts, around about the 24-25 minute mark, had a splurge of opportunities. Alan Forrest with a running shot saved by Butland, who then saved from Kent, although it looked as though he might well have been flagged offside had that gone to a VAR check, if it had nestled in the net, which it didn't. Hearts still in the match, and as John was saying, they're giving a lot of Rangers players way too much room. Half-time in the second of the semis. As things stand, it will be the first Celtic Rangers Scottish Cup final since 2002. Hearts have work to do. Half-time here in the second semi. Rangers 1, Heart of Midlothian 0.
The Scottish Cup.
Live on Sports Sound from BBC Radio Scotland.
Where Scottish football lives.
Mornings brought you an education special.
I want to go into teaching, I really do.
Children will talk first and foremost about teachers that they really like at school, and they're the ones that are kind and firm, fair and fun.
We heard from students, teachers and parents about their experience of education.
The biggest issues, the triumphs and the challenges.
Recognising that not everybody has the same opportunities in life.
Mrs Mackay, I'm going to call you Mrs Mackay, I'm sorry.
The behaviours that sometimes we were seeing are built around social anxiety.
A big part of me is I struggle a lot with dyslexia. When I found my apprenticeship, it changed my life forever.
You're learning and earning.
Oh, it's brilliant.
An education special on mornings.
Listen now on BBC Sounds.
45 minutes in, and it's Rangers who have the grip on this game, albeit a narrow advantage given them early on by Cyril Dessers, who scored for the 18th time this season. Tom English not perhaps hit the heights generally, as we saw, or ultimately saw, yesterday in the first of the semi-finals. Has it done enough to keep you engrossed?
I'd say engrossed would be a bit of an overstatement, to be honest. I'm not sure if it's getting the game has settled down. You know, it's been a bit messy, a lot of passes going astray, moments where you think, oh, hang on, something might happen here, but then it's either a decent bit of defending or someone's overplaying. A poor pass. There's not a lot of coherence in the match. Rangers take an early lead, and what a finish it is from Dessers.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy, he confuses the life out of me, lads. I don't know about you. You know, he'll miss sitters, and then he'll create that lovely chance for a lovely bit of footwork, and he coolly tucks it in the corner like a class striker. I can't make head nor tail of Cyril Dessers. And again, like, how many goals did you say he has? 18
goals.
And one for his country, Nigeria, 19 goals for the season. If you said to me this guy's going to score 18 goals for Rangers, and what are we, mid-April, towards the end of April, I'd say, wow, he must be a good player. But like, it's just odd, like, isn't it? It's odd. He's odd.
He's the one man who has shown that bit of calmness in the box, if you like,
very
and
good,
finished.
Very good finish, and he has had quite a number of really class finishes.
Yeah.
If he highlights reel throughout the season, his misses and his goals, you think, well, this guy, you don't know what to make of him. But 18 goals by April, mid 3/4 of the way through April. He could score 25 for the season, maybe.
20, I'd say.
but you wouldn't know.
I think he'll get to the 20 goal mark. There's absolutely, he'll get to the 20 goal mark by the end of the season. And again, when you look at the numbers, in essence, it looks like it should be a good season.
Yeah.
But there's just been so much else that surrounded the performance.
So many misses,
and misses and little kind of slack bits of play where you would expect to be better. But again, when you look at solely the goal return, it's actually, again, he's just over 1 in 3 in terms of the appearances. So it's actually not bad, but it could have been so much more.
Yeah, just in terms of the build-up, actually, I don't know if Steve McLean was instantly about to give the free kicks. He didn't seem to get the whistle to his mouth, but I kind of felt that he'd played advantage, because Tavernier was clearly fouled, but actually recovered incredibly well to then get the pass into Cantwell, and Cantwell found Dessers who did the rest. But it was smart play all round, I guess.
Yeah, you can sum Cyril Dessers up in the first 5 minutes. When he's got time to do something, he inevitably messes it up. You know, he's seen the cross coming in for the first chance. He sees it all the way. It's coming right onto his foot, and it's like that lackadaisical, and he side foots over the bar. The second one, no time to think, no room to work, and as Tom says, he produces a lovely little shuffle, switches it from left to right, back onto left, and then slots it away. When he's got no time to think, he finishes. When he's got that little bit of time, it's like, I'll just, and then he misses. So listen, it is what it is. 18 goals for Rangers striker in April. Bang average, I would suggest. I'm being honest, that if you're playing for the Old Firm...
Well, given the right back's got 24 goals.
Exactly, the right back's got 24. Kenny would be distraught if he was chasing a right back down for the top goal scorer.
He would be on the penalties, Robbo.
Well, that might make a considerable difference, it has to be said. Hey, I mean, over the piece, Rangers have looked the more threatening, haven't they? They've created the better openings. Hearts have certainly had to defend desperately on occasions to hold them out.
Listen, I think Rangers have been the better team. I agree with Tom. I think the game has been pretty scrappy. Even the goal for me, again, John Lundstrom's trying the diagonal pass. He actually doesn't get it right. He hooks it towards Kingsley. Kingsley doesn't defend it for us on his heels. Tavernier somehow Cargo rolls along the floor and gets the ball into Cantwell, and the rest history. But the game's been pretty scrappy, but I do think Rangers, for me watching it, I feel like they've had a little bit more control. Hearts have had their moments, by the way, and they have contributed to the game in the first half without really creating that real good opportunity. They've had the opportunity with Forrest and Ned Kent, which would have been offside. I just look at Hearts' attack, and again, we've talked a lot about Cantwell and the similar position that George Grant's taken. I don't see George Grant with a great energy to try and affect the game in an attacking sense. You know, he's holding positions and his press, he's not getting on top of the game. I just think that's been the key. Is like for me, Dessers and Cantwell in this game have been better in Shankland and Grant in the 9 and 10 position.
Yeah, you have to assume that at some stage Shankland's going to have a chance, and you have to assume that he's going to score it. Because he's had nothing really, has he?
He had that one little half chance when Cantwell done really well to get back in. Yeah. But again, that was good defending and never led to that opportunity.
It hasn't, for a player of his quality, he hasn't had much of a sniff so far. He had the ball in for Kent, the one that was offside. It's a great ball in. But he hasn't had many shots. He hasn't had much involvement in it. I think he will have.
I mean, he's been dropping in as he so often does and trying to link the play, but actually he's given the ball away on a couple of occasions, and it was he who gave it away just at the end there, where Matondo was eventually closed down.
Now, I think without making any substitutions, Richard, I think Stephen Nathanis can just tinker with the setup here, and I believe it would make a big difference to Hearts. I would like to see Jonathan Vargas through the middle. He's Kenneth Vargas through the middle. He's very, very, very quick. And I think if he got in between Suter and Balogun, they would drop off that little bit further, because right now with Shankland and Grant, they know that Shankland and Grant don't want to run in behind, so they're pressing up. That allows them to press up. If Vargas went striker and George Grant played off the right hand side, I believe Shankland could drop into that hole naturally and get more of the ball, because the Rangers back two central defenders will be more scared of Vargas's pace. So that's possibly a way you could probably just tweak it a little bit and give Hearts more of a threat, because they've played their way back into the game. It's much more even game now, but you're right, they're not carrying the threat in the last third that they need to do at the moment.
Yeah, actually Vargas has flitted in and out of the game without really making any great impact. Forrest did have that one run when Buckland made the save. Shankland hasn't had a sniff. Over the piece, Hearts certainly. I mean, we talked about it beforehand, Tom. They came in with more confidence potentially than the Rangers players. They haven't shown what they're capable of so far, have they?
No, they haven't. That's why I think we could be in for a very good second half as things kind of open up a little bit. Hearts are better than what we've seen, and you would hope that they would show it, and you would hope that Rangers would respond, and we have the second half really catches fire the way the first half hasn't really. It's I think there's more in both teams. There's more goal threat, there's more kind of accuracy, and more pace. There's more of everything.
There's just more quality, I think, Tom.
More quality, I think they're better than that.
Yeah, and
both of them.
In terms of how they attack, in terms of the decisions they're making, actually, in terms of the movement to actually go and pose problems for the other back line, you know, I just think there is so much more. It's like there's a lot at stake. Obviously, Rangers have not been in great form of late. They'll be delighted they're going in at 1-0. Hearts, you maybe again probably expect a little bit more of them, particularly in that attacking area. I mean, you've seen flashes for Forrest. Not really seen Vargas too much for me, by the way. That's down to Dujon Sterling. He's played him really, really well. He can match him for pace. He's got great physicality.
I think that's where the problem is, Kenny. If Vargas goes through the middle and Grant just goes in, you know, that little drifting off the flank, and say to Dujon, come on then, you come with me because we can get the ball in behind you. The game, Richard, unfortunately, has dropped into the category that we've seen many times over the years. It's a nervy semi-final.
Yeah.
It's a much more nervous semi-final where both teams know what's at stake. Hearts know that Rangers are there for the taking if they get at them. Rangers know that if they show, as Tom said, what they're capable of, they can win the game, but they're not quite at it. So both teams look that wee bit nervous, and it's showing with the amount of times that the ball's been given away, that little scrappy pass, the little slack pass here and there is not coming off. So Hearts fans will be sitting there thinking, come on, if we just raise it another 10-15%, we can get something here. Rangers fans are saying the same. You know, we need to kill this game off, try and get the second goal, because I believe and hope that if Hearts get the equaliser, that will give them the shot of confidence they can go on to actually go and win the game. Whereas if Rangers get the next goal, I don't see Hearts coming back.
Well, of course it is a semi, and from that very reason, you've got to imagine that Hearts have got to push forward. They've got to try to create more quality chances than they have been able to do in the first half. And of course, Rangers will only keep playing that same way. They'll keep going forward. So there's still potential, Tom, for this one to light up.
Oh, yeah, I'm hopeful. I mean, Hearts are going to have to take a few more risks. The longer it stays 1-0, a few more risks. And Rangers on the counter will try and lap that up. And they have the pace on the counter-attack to do something. You know, I have a feeling in my bones, Richard, that we're only getting started here. I think there's a lot to come. One of my many rubbish predictions, no doubt.
Well, there have been plenty of those over the years.
There's no end
has to be said.
No end.
The Hearts players are out there, or the Hearts subs are out there warming up. No sign of the Rangers substitutes, unless I've somehow suffered some kind of selective blindness. I don't know if were they out earlier on?
No, I don't know. I think maybe they've kept them in. Maybe Philippe Clement wants them all in there to know what's going on and what might be required. Hearts are doing the more traditional fact that they're out there warming up. And you know, you look at the bench, Hearts can bring on Oda, Mackay and Tagawa up front. You know, they could go to a three at the back and bring Limbisca on as an attacking wing back. They've got Alec Cochrane can come on as a wing back, and you've got the three midfield players. So there's lots of things there. But for me, Hearts are just not stretching the Rangers defence enough, and that's why I would be more confident with Vargas through the middle with his pace, and then Shankland would have that freedom to go and roam about. Right now, Shankland and Grant are taking up similar positions, and there's not really a threat. So the Rangers centre backs are saying, fine, you want to play in front of us, because you know they've not really gotten behind. Forrest a couple of times has stretched Rangers on the left hand side, but Hearts need to do something different. They need to shake it up a little bit. It's a semi-final, you know. Go and have a go. Don't leave any regrets. Go and do something. Go and be really proactive in the last third, because the most influential man in the whole game in the last third so far has been Todd Cantwell. And from a Hearts perspective, thankfully, he's not managed to finish off the amount of times he's got on the ball with that killer final pass that's got somebody else in.
Yeah, there have been a number of occasions where it looked very threatening for the Hearts defence. I think it's fair to say that Rangers haven't hit the heights that we've seen under Philippe Clement. Perhaps a hangover from the performances in the last couple of matches, but they've certainly done enough to be in front at this stage. It was Cyril Dessers with a goal in the 5th minute, a really, really good finish. Actually, after good work from Tavernier and then the pass from Cantwell, Dessers into the box, spun away from his marker and slid the ball low into the net. There's not been an awful lot in terms of clear-cut goal-scoring opportunities. There was a late effort or opportunity for Matondo, who was closed down by Atkinson. Tavernier had a shot from the edge of the box that was saved comfortably by Gordon. The big one for Hearts was the Alan Forrest shot, which was saved at the post by Jack Butland. Big opportunity soon after as Kent slid in, got his studs, I think, to the ball, and Butland stood up and managed to deflect it wide, although the flag would clearly have gone up, or certainly VAR would have got involved had that ball landed up in the net. He did appear to be offside, so it has not quite been the emotional roller coaster, but of course much of the action from yesterday came in the second half, and extra time and then penalties, and there's still the possibility of an awful lot more to unfold in the second half here at Hampden, where it is a little sunnier than it was at the start when the rain was tumbling down all around. They did dry up in time pretty much for kick-off. It's not quite blazing sunshine, but it's brighter. There is a bit of sunshine on the pitch, and it's the Hearts players who make their way back out. It would appear no changes at half-time, and the Rangers players also making their way back out. They were of course forced into that early substitution. Abdallah Sima going off injured to be replaced by young Ross McCausland, who has taken up his berth on the right wing for Rangers. Stephen McLean, the referee, making his way out, ball in hand, so the action will get back up and running again shortly. It is Rangers 1, Hearts 0 in the second of the Scottish Cup semi-finals, as we return to Kenny Miller, John Robertson and Liam McLeod.
Hearts looking to get back to the Scottish Cup final, be their 18th appearance in the showpiece. Rangers, having won it a couple of years ago, rare success in domestic cup competition for them as Lawrence Shanklin kicks off the second half. Hearts in the maroon and white, left to right. Rangers in the blue and white, right to left, shooting west in this second period. And will there be the high drama of the second half? Yesterday we will wait and see, as that long ball comes all the way through to Butland. No changes for either team at the start of the second half. So Butland in goal for Rangers, Tavernier, Balogun, Suter, Sterling, Lundstrom, Diamonde, McCausland, who came on for Seema in the first half, Cantwell and Matondo, and the goal scorer Dessers. For Hearts, Gordon in goal, Atkinson, Kent, Rolls and Kingsley, Devlin, Beningame, Grant, Forrest, Vargas and Shanklin. And it's Rangers in possession down this left-hand side, and it is with Cantwell to Lundstrom. We've only won 2 of the last 26 domestic major cup competitions that have been played. Rangers, the Scottish Cup in 22 and this season's League Cup. As Diamonde goes back to Suter in his own half, and he squares it right of the circle for Balogun. Short ball out to McCausland wide on the right-hand side, midway inside the Hearts half, infield to Diamonde, who squares it to Lundstrom. Then out to this near side for Sterling. The likes of Lundstrom and Cantwell got way too much possession in the first half for Hearts' liking, as Sterling gets away from Grant, finds Diamonde, his ball forwards cut out, bobbles back towards Dessers. Beningame gets onto it as Dessers, with his back to goal, couldn't control. And it's out to George Grant on this near side. He slips it up the line for Shanklin, who tried to smash it forward first time, and it's a really fine slide challenge by Dujon Sterling. He eventually comes back via Suter to Jack Butland. Rangers 1, Hearts 0, approaching the end of the second minute of the second half.
Well, I've got my wish anyway, Liam. It looks like Hearts have tweaked it. Georgie Grant's come out here onto the right-hand side, and Kenneth Vargas has gone down the middle. So again, I think Stephen Naismith's looking to try and stretch Suter and Balogun a bit more, and hopefully Lawrence Shanklin could just drift into that area and get on the ball there. So a really positive change from Hearts.
But look at the space. Cantwell's in again, and he's looking to feed it through to Dessers. He's found him. Dessers in the side of the D, tries to work some space. In the end, he couldn't shoot, couldn't pass, and he goes bobbling through to Kingsley. He's able to clear with the left foot, and it's picked up by Balogun over on the far side. He finds Diamonde, sweeps it to Suter. Walking pace, the former Hearts defender up to the halfway line. Square ball, Lundstrom. It's a poor pass from Lundstrom straight to Devlin, but Cantwell pinches it back, finds Sterling, who knocks it out to McCausland on the right. Plays it off Kingsley. It's now with Tavernier. Tavernier looks to get the cross in, and it comes towards Dessers, headed away by Rolls. Only as far as Diamonde. Right of centre, out to the right-hand side, Tavernier, down towards the corner flag. First time cross comes into the box. Matondo jumps, couldn't get anything onto it, and it sails out to this near side, where Lundstrom picks up the scraps. To the left angle of the box for Cantwell. Faced by Atkinson, rolls it back to Lundstrom, then back into the feet of Cantwell. To Matondo, tries a little give and go with Cantwell. He can't get it back to him though, and Stephen McLean blows for a foul at the edge of the Hearts box. For Hearts, 1-0 Rangers. Kenny Miller.
Yeah, it's been a good start to the second half for Rangers. I know Hearts have tweaked ever so slightly, like John was saying there, but I don't think that tweak against the ball was going to change anything at all. Lundstrom still stepping ahead of Shankland and Vargas. Cantwell still off the back of Devlin and Beningame. It's just not going to change anything at all. It might give them a different attack, an opportunity, but it's not going to stop that unless they change that and get something sorted in the middle of the pitch.
Hearts have got to watch. If Cantwell shows any type of quality, Kenny, which we know he's capable of, if he finds that killer pass or that room to shoot, because he's just getting far too many touches in a really dangerous area.
Grant wins a throw-in down by the corner flag off Sterling. Hearts attacking the east end of the stadium where their fans are housed. Just under 20,000 Hearts fans inside Hampden in the journey along the M8 today. It's going to be a long throw from Atkinson. By the time he takes it, it's going to be about level with the penalty spot. A few yards further back from where it went out. Then it comes towards Rolls, but it's come off a Rangers defender and behind for a Hearts corner as they look to find an equaliser here at the National Stadium.
Certainly presents an opportunity to get the big lads up. You know, you've got Kent, you've got Rolls in there. Kingsley's already got his head on one.
They've worked this actually quite well before, Kenny. Sometimes you go deep for Lauren Shankland round the back.
Grant takes it into the 6-yard area where it's headed away by Balogun. Rangers are going to hit the counter here. Desser's chasing onto a long Diamonde ball. He's not going to get there. Atkinson gets there first, but it's out for a throw-in. Dessers takes a quick throw-in to Cantwell, but the referee stopped play because of a push, I think he's suggesting there. Stephen McLean says Dessers tried to throw it through to Cantwell, who wouldn't have been offside from a throw, but it was adjudged to have been a push there by
that's not enough.
Atkinson.
That is not enough to be given a free kick. Two players running full pace. Atkinson knocks it out because he's done great to cover the pass and then just goes down. Dessers barely leans on him.
There's a Steve McLean get out of jail free card. He's telling Dessers that Kevin Clancy gave it. He's pointing over saying that wasn't me. That's never a free kick.
Either way, it's never a free kick. And Hearts have dodged the bullet there because Todd Campbell would have been sent through 1v1 with Craig Gordon.
That's called throwing under the bus, is it not? Kevin Clancy, fourth official duties today. But anyway, Dessers had that explained to him. And Hearts have it over on the left-hand side, the opposite side of the pitch now. It's headed out by Tavernier, but there's a flag up for offside. And that Hearts attack comes to nothing again. 51 minutes played. They've been absolutely excellent this season. Stephen Naismith, and difficult start after replacing Robbie Nielsen last season. Of course, saw Aberdeen usurp them in third spot. That hit hard. And he finished third the previous campaign. Coming back into the top flight, but his win percentage is in the mid-50s right now, and that's good shooting. He'll be looking to continue that. He'll be very happy with the current form just now. And Kenny, the fact is, if they hadn't been so slow out the traps, well, Souttar's just had it pinched off him by Vargas. Vargas is into the box here. Looks for Forrest with the pull back, and it's cut out by Tavernier. The Rangers get away with a big one there. And John Souttar in particular, 52 in, Rangers 1, Hearts 0.
A huge chance for Hearts, you know, but that's John Souttar. John Souttar has got one of these in every game. You know, he just got to stay concentrated and do what you're good at. That's an unbelievable chance for Hearts to draw level.
I think he takes the wrong option as well. Shankland's coming in on the penalty spot. I think if he drags it back to him, it's a great chance of scoring. But it's like yesterday, you saw young McDonald take that extra touch, that casual touch, he gets robbed. Vargas's pace will cause them problems, there's no doubt about that, but what an opportunity.
Long throw into the Rangers box from Atkinson. Bounces round about the penalty spot and just knocked away by Tavernier just as Vargas was hoping to get something onto it. McCausland over on the far side with the foul. Free kick Hearts. That was on Devlin. Managed to get between the man and the ball. Drew the foul. Wins the free kick. Rangers 1, Hearts 0. Hearts flickering into life. The second half for the first time really, in an attacking sense. It looked like they might have been in there. I'm just about to say to Kenny, just before Vargas pinched it off Souttar, that because of the slow start, they're not title contenders, Hearts. They've been matching Celtic and Rangers for points. just about for the last 6 months. In comes the free kick into the box. Vargas chesting it down. It just wouldn't fall for Kingsley, and it's knocked behind for a Hearts corner. Renewed belief for those in maroon and white.
Yeah, they've come out, and I say Kenny, you know, we talked about it on attacking sense.
Yeah, sorry, John, they've taken it back to the edge of the box, into the back post. Shanklin across, cut out by Suter. Shanklin trying desperately to get back onto it, and it's some desperate defending by John Suter who gets it away. Hearts of Rangers where they want them here. Panicked at the back. The ball through from Atkinson's pretty poor. Couldn't quite find Vargas. And it's right through to Butland, but it's better from the Edinburgh side. 1-0 Rangers.
It's given the east end of the stadium a massive lift. We said, we were right. Going forward now, Hearts have a threat. It's whether they can cope defensively with Todd Cantwell getting on the ball.
There's Matondo up the other end though. Tried a back heel and it came off his standing leg. It breaks Atkinson's way, dinks it down the right-hand touchline. Suter's onto it, flag's gone up. Rangers will play on, they've got an advantage here, and it's Tavernier in our central area, driving up towards the edge of the box, fires it into the feet of Dessers, left-hand side of the 6-yard area, he pulls it back, but it's straight through to Craig Gordon. 54 on the clock. Rangers 1, Hearts 0.
Yeah, big chance there for Dessers. If he could have just got that ball under his spell there, he just gets away from him too much. He actually goes to control it with the outside of the right foot. Probably better to have taken it with the inside of the left and pushed it forward towards the goal.
And up the other end, Vargas, the ball forward, it's Forrest. Vargas was actually towards the edge of the box, hoping Forrest was going to get onto it in an attacking position, but the flag's up again. It will be a Rangers free kick, which is taken quickly into the feet of John Lundstrom.
So just to go back onto your point, Liam, about Stephen Naismith and the slow start.
Started that a while ago.
Yeah, there was so much surrounding Hearts at the start of the scene. Who's in charge? The European situation.
Yeah.
Then when that gets settled, and everybody knows now, which it was the case anyway, that Stephen was the guy in charge. You just see them starting to, when they can concentrate on the domestic game, they start to pick up the results like they should.
Here comes Cantwell. He's away from a couple of challenges up to the edge of the box. Is he barged to the ground by Rolls? The Rangers fans think so. The ref doesn't. Play on. Forrest goes back to Kingsley. He finds Kai Rolls, left-hand side of his box. He decided to take a touch there and put under pressure by Cantwell, and it's come off Rolls last. It's out for a Rangers throw, but Cantwell is in the face of the assistant referee over on the far side.
Listen,
Craig Ferguson.
I think it's the first one or two. It could have been a free kick, maybe not the last one, but it should have been dragged back. And it's not the linesman's fault, but it was Stephen McLean. He's a lot closer than what the assistant referee was.
1-0 to Rangers. Almost in 56. It's been a much more entertaining game of football since half-time.
Yeah, we've said the Hearts, the little tweak attacking-wise has worked well so far for Hearts. They've got a bit of threat now, and that's pushing Rangers back and allowing more room for Hearts to play in. But Rangers, especially with we keep saying it, we said in the first half, Cantwell's picking up so many good positions that Hearts have got to watch, because so far, he hasn't produced that killer pass or that bit of quality in the final third, but he keeps getting opportunities to do it.
There's Lundstrom for Rangers into the centre circle, and he's under pressure from Devlin, who wins it back, but his efforts are in vain because it drops to Diamande. He's now charging forward. Option to the right is McCausland, level with the Hearts 18. Shifts it along the line of the box for Cantwell. Back out to McCausland. Sterling with his arm in the air wanting the cross ball. It comes back to Lundstrom by a Tavernier though. Lundstrom out to Matondo. The left angle of the box onto the right foot, and he looks to bend it towards goal, but he puts it high and wide, and it stays. Rangers 1, Hearts 0.
Well, that was a familiar sight, wasn't it? You've seen Ravi Matondo do that against Hibs, back of the net. Celtic, back of the net. But we've also seen two on Wednesday night that went barely, almost cleared the stand at Dens Park, and again that took a similar route.
So 1-0 to Rangers, and Stephen Naismith has decided to look to his bench for the first time this afternoon. Kerridine can bring us news of it.
I think there's going to be a triple change for Hearts. Yutaro Oda, Barry Mackay and Dexter Lembikisa are all stripped for Hearts and about to come on, and I've just seen Fabio Silva for Rangers ducking into their technical area to get his shirt, so there's going to be at least one change for Rangers as well. 57.5 played. Change is coming.
We'll keep an eye on that. Rangers leading thanks to that very early Dessers goal. Lundstrom has it. Rangers with Sterling. Back to Suter. Not perhaps advisable, and Forrest onto it. Brought to the ground by Suter, but play on. George Grant, it's in behind Shanklin. Missed by Tavernier. At the edge of the area, it's back with Shanklin. Eventually, down he goes. No penalty. And then Balogun's fouled by Devlin. London, and Devlin being pushed away from Leon Balogun by the referee. He's claiming he got enough of the ball there to justify this not being a free kick. But what an opportunity for Hearts there. Just wouldn't fall for them in the box.
Yeah, it was a catalogue errors. I think Suter again gets caught. So I'd be surprised if Suter doesn't pick up a yellow card here as well.
Yeah, it is yellow.
Suter and Devlin. Devlin's is for the totting up here. 3 or 4 in the first half, and another one there. But it just didn't quite fall for Forrest. He got a shot blocked. It fell for Shankland. He just couldn't get out his feet. Another block. More promising side for Hearts. They're in this game, and this is more of what we expected. Hearts suddenly got a wee bit about themselves, and Rangers being nervous. But as I say, it's a pretty open game now, and this is one major call now. We've got 3 substitutes coming on as Stephen Naismith really rolls the dice. That was Forrest's last action. He's not able to repeat what his older brother did here yesterday. He scored within, I think, a minute of coming on as a sub for Celtic. So Alan Forrest off. He'll be replaced by Oda. The other changes will be presumably Lembikisa for Atkinson, and George Grant will be replaced by Barry Mackay. Kenny doesn't like me talking about the 2016 final, probably has better memories of the semi. And of course Barry Mackay was amongst the scorers as well. He scored a wonderful goal against Celtic that afternoon.
It was a wonder goal. It was. I mean, again, steps inside, past a couple of players, and for about 25-26 yards, absolutely smashed it into the postage stamp. I think that put us 2-1 up that day. But you've done well, Lee. You've only managed, they mentioned that 2016 final 3 times now.
I know you're not a fan of that, yeah.
It's a bad man.
I don't think the Hearts fans are too happy about it either, given who won that cup that year. Not that the Hibs fans were complaining anyway. It's Hearts on the ball with Shankland. High ball, firing it to the left-hand side for Mackay. First touch isn't great. And it drops back the way to Diamonde, who finds Lundstrom in between the centre-backs. Long ball from Lundstrom out to the left-hand side. Matondo's onto it, up against Lembikisa, who's just on as well. Lembikisa defending it pretty well, shielding the ball back to Kent. He finds Devlin, and clear by Lembikisa up towards halfway.
Enough to say the changes that Stephen Naismith made are brave. You know, how attacking a team that now with Oda, Vargas, Shankland and Barry Mackay on that pitch.
Yeah, it's like for like, Kenny, in terms of he's taken a wide man off.
Yeah, but George Grant's knows attacking his old guys,
but, that's what I'm saying. But he's taken the 2 wide men off and replaced them with real attacking threats here. For me, I think the final change for me is that maybe take off one of the sitting midfield players and get another more attacking player in, because they're going to have to go for it.
They've got just under half an hour of the 90 left. Rangers still leading 1-0. Dessers inside 5 minutes is the difference so far. Rangers have it with McCausland wide in the right, skipping away from a couple of challenges but showing too much of it to Devlin. And now it's with Kingsley just outside the centre circle as to all the way back to his keeper. That was a risky one, given Dessers was in behind. Gordon clears. Bouncing ball. Now Shankland, forward it comes to Oda, right hand side of the box. Looks up, pulls it back, and it's straight to Sterling. And Shankland again frustrated. He can't get onto it. Cantwell slides in. Caught Devlin, who gets back to his feet. It's with Oda back to Devlin. And then Kent, right-hand side into the central position. Beningame just outside the centre circle. Out to the left for Kingsley. Hearts attacking the end of the ground. Their supporters are in, desperately hoping they can draw level here. It is Vargas switching it out to Lembikisa, wide on the right, level the penalty spot. Low ball in. It's cleared by Sterling with Shankland once again where you want him to be. A couple of last-ditch interventions from Rangers defenders recently, as the Rangers manager Philippe Clement makes that change, and Fabio Silva is going to come on. Is he going to make it now? Yes, he is, and it will be Silva for Matondo. I don't think that's a surprise, given we knew Silva was coming on, that it would be Matondo he'd be replacing.
No, not at all. I think Matondo is not really affected as much as you would like. With the pace that he's got, you would expect him to cause far more problems for that Hearts backline. Just going back onto these last 2 chances for Hearts, so 2 players are just on the pitch, Lembikisa and Oda. Oda's 1v1 with Suter. He doesn't even get into the box, John. He's just been booked. Put him on the back foot and go and show your ability.
That's it. And one thing for sure here, Kenny, is that this might work in Hearts' favour, because Lembikisa will get forward all day long, and I'm not so sure Fabio Silva will want to do that shift. So it's going to be an interesting last 25 minutes or so. Well,
Devlin's down. He's taken a sore one in the the challenge. It was a 50-50. He's come off worst. He's holding his right shin. Comes back to Kent, and now it's with Gordon. Play continues. Devlin's back on his feet now. Long ball forward, headed away by Balogun. Lundstrom. Now he's found Silva. Out to Sterling on the near side. Back to Suter, who goes back to Butland. Seconds ticking down. 63.5. Rangers 1, Hearts 0 here on Sportsound, and it's Mohamed Diamonde driving forward. He's away from Devlin, up to the edge of the box. He's going to shoot here, and it's wide of the left-hand post. He got plenty behind that, did Mohamed Diamonde. And then Devlin wants a word with him as well. He's already been booked, Devlin. He's one of these players, if he gets yellow carded, he's got a bit of a short fuse. Here come Hearts on the counter. We'll get Kenny's taking that Diamonde chance in a moment, but Shankland's had it pinched off him by Balogun, who's having a very good afternoon. There's a chance there for Diamonde, Kenny.
Yeah, listen, he done great again. That's what he can do. He's driving for the middle of the park. He's got a bit of grass ahead of him. He steams it about to about 22, 23 yards. And we've seen already this season, left foot or right foot, he's more than capable of either. He just cuts across it. And Craig Gordon is not troubled in the Hearts goal.
You can see Shankland as well there on the break though, Kenny. He's wanting Barry Mackay to hold the width. Keep the width. He's running in the park, and he didn't have a pass to make, because you know, if Barry Mackay stays wide here, he gets it, and it's 1v1 and an opportunity to get a Tavernier.
Here's Cantwell. He's done well. He's away from Devlin, through looking for Silva. Really important slide block there by Kent. Cantwell's on it again. He's having one of his best games of the season at the moment, Cantwell. Now it's Diamonde away from Beningame. Square ball for Lundstrom. Back to Diamonde. Left-footed ball out to Sterling, level with the edge of the D of the Hearts box, onto his right side, back onto his left, drops the shoulder. He's away from Oda. He's got some space. He crosses in and headed away by Frankie Kent. Diamonde onto it, shifts it infield to Lundstrom, forward to Cantwell. Now Silva to Cantwell, firing it out to the near side, looking for Sterling. There's just too much on it, and it's out for the Hearts throw-in on the near side. The Rangers fans make of Todd Cantwell's performance this afternoon. 65.5 on the clock. Rangers 1, Hearts 0.
We're just repeating ourselves. Cantwell's getting the freedom of Hampden Park here to play from. Thankfully for Hearts, he's not produced that killer pass, that killer shot. But you think it's only a matter of time because of the amount of times he's gone it.
I was briefly talking to your old pal Jimmy Sanderson at half-time, and he was concerned about the amount of space that Cantwell was getting as well.
The amount of space he's got there, and said that, you know, if he has that, just that one little flash of real quality to get it into Dessers' path, or Silva now, or McCausland, or even, dare I say it, Goldie's itself, but he's just not produced that final piece of quality, that clinical thing in the last third. But I tell you what, in the last third, he must have had more touches than any other player on the pitch.
And then Bakisa with a Hearts free kick from inside his own half. It's a long pumped ball into the box. Shankland controls it, takes a touch on the right to the byline, looks to pull it back, but he can only pull it back for McCausland. As he run it out for a Hearts throw. No, it's come off the Hearts man last, Kingsley, and it's a Rangers throw-in on the far side. Hearts just the one goal behind here, still very much in the contest. We would like to test Jack Butland a bit more in the second half than they have done, because the keeper hasn't had much to do.
Yeah, that looked like it could have been a little chance dropping for Lawrence Shankland. He got the ball down on his chest about 10 yards for goal, and he was just angling to try and get a shot off with his left foot, just overran it towards the goal line. Eventually just cut it back to prevent the goal kick. But again, it's a little stiff there for Lawrence Shankland. He's not had too much this afternoon.
Yeah, you would think he'll hit the 30 goal mark at some point between now and the season's end. We shall see. Sterling picks up on this left flank, short ball to Silva, level the edge of the D of the Hearts box, spins into a central position, looks to switch it out to McCausland, which he does. McCausland on the right hand side of the Hearts box, jinks in field, passes it to Tavernier, back to Cantwell over on the far side. Cantwell then marauding into a central position, now with Diamonde, final quarter of the second semi. It is with Sterling level with the penalty spot, onto the right again, trying the trickery, back onto the left against Oda. He's not a defender, and Sterling's burned away from him into the box. Oh, he's gone for goal himself. Tried to catch out Craig Gordon, does make the save and puts it behind for the corner, but he'd plenty in blue waiting for a pullback. It stays Rangers 1, Hearts 0.
Well, you've said Oda's not a defender. Well, Sterling's not really an attacker, and there was a bit of that both on show there. What a good bit of ability to get to a really good position. But by the way, he's lucky he got a corner, because that was just hitting the side net, and I had Craig Gordon not put his hand onto that.
It didn't even hit Craig Gordon. No. Trying to clip the outside of the post there, but I guess poor defending from Oda. Just stand them up, but as you say, Rangers are. It's quite an open game now. All we're really lacking is clear-cut chances at either end.
Rangers corner, then Tavernier over on this near side. He's got his left hand in the air, signalling to his teammates. Plenty forward here. Balogun and Suter both in the box, but it's a short corner. Tavernier back to Cantwell, level with the 18. Back to Lundstrom. Square ball, Diamonde clips it into the box, looking for Tavernier, left-hand side of the 6-yard area. He's done well to flick it back with the outside of the right, but it's clear by Lembikisa. And now Devlin's found Mackay and Hart. Suddenly are 4-on-3 here on the counter into the Rangers half, deep into it. Barry Mackay slips it to the right for Vargas. It's a poor touch from Vargas. He's forced really wide, and he's ended up pulling it back straight to Tavernier. What a waste that was for Kenneth Vargas.
What an opportunity, and again it's just that lack of quality in the final third. It's a great break, even there. Touch towards goal, Kenny, and at least have a shot. You know what I mean? Okay, Rangers might have cut off the angles for the cross ball, but just go and be positive.
In a 4v3 scenario, you have to be getting a shot away. It's as simple as that. But he's running wide also. See when Barry Mackay's driving, drive up to the bit and run inside, so it's a pass that takes the player out of the game. It doesn't allow him to get back. No, it's just again.
It makes his mind up, Kenny. If he comes in, you say a touch and shoot. But by the time he got the ball, he wasn't sure what he was wanting to do there.
Here's Fabio Silva up the other end. How costly will that decision from Vargas prove to be? Because it looked as though Hearts were going to be in behind with a chance to find an equaliser. Remains 1-0 Rangers.
Well, Stephen Naismith talked about it pre-game. It's a calmness, I say decisiveness way before the game, and that's what that is. That's a 4v3. You train these situations every single week, and you need to get a shot away. You need to get an end product.
Here's McCausland for Rangers. Slow ball towards the edge of the Hearts box, cut out by Kent. Hearts clearance now with Shankland. He's under pressure, won back by Diamonde, and now it's McCausland slipping it through. Dessers on the turn, chance here for the second. It just doesn't fall for Dessers. Gordon can't get there. Dessers finds Silva. Gordon back in position as Silva shoots over the bar, and it stays Rangers 1, Hearts 0. That looked like Dessers was going to be in for his second and Rangers second. We'll get Kenny's thoughts on that in a moment. Let's first go to Keredine with news of Hearts changes.
Last couple of rolls of the dice for Stephen Naismith. Kyosuke Tagawa coming on. 18-year-old Macaulay Tate for the last 20 minutes to try and rescue a goal.
Rangers have it with Lundstrom. Get Kenny's take on that. Dessers' chance in a moment. As Sterling comes down the left-hand side again up against Oda, is biting back at him. Sterling holding it up down by the byline, looking for support, claiming he's been fouled by Oda. Wrestles Oda to the ground and has it. Bit of space now to Cantwell, just at the edge of the penalty area. Low ball to McCausland, right-hand side. He's on the spin this time. Shot blocked by Kingsley. And it's back with Gordon. Good period of pressure this for Rangers. But there was a massive opportunity for Cyril Dessers just a moment ago, Kenny.
Yeah, and it was almost identical to the goal. It was a reverse pass into his feet. Again, it's a hard one to actually take when you're backing off. You're trying to hold off the centre back. But he got his feet sorted out, and it looked like he was just going to unleash the shot with his left foot again. Again, this time he chose to take an extra touch, just dwelling on the ball a little bit, and they allowed to get Hearts players to get back and snuff him out.
Barry Mackay down the left-hand side. It's the cross in, headed away on the 18-yard line by Balogun, but it's Devlin to Oda. He's at the edge of the box, he's on the right foot. The shot's deflected wide. Hearts corner, past the right-hand post. Could have gone, in theory, could have gone anywhere when that screwed off the defender.
It's a good strike. It's on target. It's deflected wide. I think Rangers are going to have to make a change. Sterling's been holding his hamstring. He's obviously got cramp there. The Rangers players are trying to help him out, but Hearts need to stay on this. I mean, yeah, Rangers have been the better side, but they're still in the game here, and a goal for Hearts would totally shift the momentum in this match. And say, shots like that's an opportunity. There's a defensive midfield player going off as Hearts. Tate will come on. He likes to control games in the middle of the park, so Stephen Naismith knows there's still a big opportunity here. Just have that wee bit more belief in the final third.
Right, so Vargas and Devlin off. And Tagawa comes on, and as does young Macaulay Tate. Signed a new deal recently until 2028. And it will be a corner here for Hearts. Tate made his debut in that win at Celtic Park in December last year. As Mackay takes the corner, right-footed into the box for Kai Rolls. It bounces off Rolls, back to Mackay, and it comes the header! Hits the side net from Shankland. The Hearts fans saw the net ripple and thought they were level, but it stays after 73. Rangers 1, Hearts 0.
Yeah,
anguish for the Hearts supporters.
Everybody in this stand here, you know, Shankland header, the net ripples, you think it's in the near post, but it's into the side net. Butland looked relatively calm for the situation, but again, it's lifted the Hearts fans, it's lifted the players. Will Rangers get a bit nervous as we go into the last 15 minutes?
I must say, a player of Shankland's quality, it's a free header coming out of the back post. He's got to be hitting target. Make Jack Butland work.
Scored a wonderful header at Ibrox against Rangers earlier in the season. A game that Hearts looked like they were going to win. For the first time in a top-flight game at Ibrox since 2012, it wasn't to be. They ended up losing it. 2 very late goals. It's Cantwell caught by Beningame, and Rangers have a free kick in the centre circle. Cantwell looked like he was down there in pain, but he bounced straight back up. Now it's with Suter, who rolls it out to the left-hand side for Sterling. He's continuing for now. Down the line for Silva. In the 75th minute, 1-0 Rangers. It's Silva infield to Diamonde. Under pressure from Tagawa, he's away from him, he's away from Lembikisa to the bylines. A chip ball, they're going to stand it up to the back post, but he gets it all wrong. And he goes over behind for a goal kick on the reverse side of the goal frame. And it stays Rangers 1, Hearts 0.
Again, quite symptomatic of the game at the moment. You know, you're getting into really, really good positions. It's the last action, which is the most important one. Is it a cutback? Is it a stand-up? Do you flash it across the goal? He just gets it all wrong. Probably caught in between all three, and it goes out harmlessly for a goal kick.
Craig Gordon goes long with the left foot. 3-time Scottish Cup winner. Going to taste success again. He's now back with Gordon. Knocking on 20 years since he won that first Scottish Cup. Longevity in the game is all the more remarkable given the injury problems sustained, in particular those 2 years out, and then more recently the leg break kept him out for a year. Here come Hearts. It's Kent marauding forwards. His ball to the edge of the Rangers box is headed away by a diving Balogun. Here's Tate picking it up in the midfield. Back to Rolls. Everyone bar Craig Gordon's in the Rangers half right now. The final 15 minutes of the 90. Kent rolls it along the grass out to Lembikisa on this near side. Up against Silva, fancies his chances. Silva holds on to him. Back still with Lembikisa onto his left side. He crosses in, and again it's Balogun who heads it away. He's not letting anything past the veteran Nigerian. And it's cleared up to halfway where Dessers takes it down and bobbles away from him, but fortunately for him it breaks Cantwell's way. And now it's with Tavernier on the right-hand side. Cosland on the touchline. Tavernier infield to Lundstrom. First time overhits the pass to Cantwell. Straight to Rolls, who gives it straight back to McCausland. Chip ball, can't find Dessers. And comes right through to Gordon. I have to say, for both teams, the quality in the attacking third's not been anywhere near good enough today.
It's nervous because they both know that anything good will actually create something. I'm looking at Rangers' left-hand side now, Kenny. Sterling, Dujon Sterling, he's struggling. Diamonde couldn't get back there. I thought no legs whatsoever, and Fabio Silva doesn't look like he wants to defend against Lundvista. So if Hearts can get the ball down this right-hand side, there's an opportunity, because there's no doubt that little triangle in there are struggling.
Yeah, listen, I think it's something that Diamandi's just coming back for a little injury. I think even before him, they did look like he started to struggle at this stage of the games. And you see Limbikisa's got good pace. Yeah. And Silva actually had to probably a free kick in that last attack. He's pulled him back just to stay with him. So yeah, it could be an area that Hearts could exploit.
Beningame back to Kent. Midway inside his own half. Short ball to Macaulay Tate in the midfield. Here goes the teenager driving forward. He's just shown too much of it to Lundstrom, and Rangers pinch it back. And it's through for Cantwell's the most advanced Rangers player attacking the Hearts defence here. He's got Silva moving to his left. It's opened up beautifully for Cantwell all the way himself. He finds Dessers. Good save, Gordon. Back to Dessers, looking to finish this semi-final. And he surely has done now. Cyril Dessers finds the bottom left via deflection. And Rangers looking like a Celtic Rangers Scottish Cup final for the first time in 22 years.
And that's a big lesson there for young Macaulay Tate. You're playing in a deeper midfield, you're driving into the heart there, you need to release the pass, you need to know what you're doing. But Todd Cantwell, I thought he was just going to dance his way through the three Hearts players, but releases the pass to Dessers. Craig Gordon doing what he's done over the years, makes a big save in a big moment, but it falls back to Dessers, who makes no mistake at the second attempt.
Well, we said the whole game that if Cantwell finds that bit of quality in the final third, that it could be dangerous for Hearts, and there he produces it. Wonderful feat. Yes, Macaulay Tate gets caught. They then counter 2v2, but Cantwell takes it all on his own. It looked like Fabio Silva was a pass. He used him as a decoy. He done a beautiful little feat, glided through the middle, rolled it to Dessers. Brilliant save from Gordon to keep him in it, but he sweeps up the rebound, and at last Rangers have made the space that Cantwell's made for himself count. He's been the most influential player on the pitch. Dessers will get the plaudits for the goals. Cantwell's been the man.
Yeah, he set up both for Dessers. Changes for Rangers, 3 of them, Kerridine.
Yes, Barisic, Lawrence and Raskin adding fresh legs just to rub salt into Hearts' wounds at this stage. 2 goals down, 10 minutes to go, and Rangers throwing on 3 sets of fresh legs.
Yeah, and Diamonde, Cantwell, Sterling off. The changes made. Philippe Clement with a little hug for Todd Cantwell down below us. Got an excellent performance from he. And a long old way back now for your old club, John.
Yeah, and we said it all along that listen, there's been nothing much in the second half. The clear-cut chances, Hearts have had a couple of wonderful opportunities, but the final ball's been terrible. Rangers have had good attack opportunities, the final ball's been terrible. There's the difference. Todd Cantwell at long last pulled the 2 Hearts players in, danced past him, rolled it to Dessers. Dessers probably should score the first time. Brilliant save, but he wraps in the second one. The quality's been there, and unfortunately for Hearts, Rangers have deserved to, maybe not to be 2 goals ahead, but they certainly deserve to be ahead in the tie, there's no doubt.
Yeah, neither team have been at their glittering best. Rangers will have to be better in the final should they get the job done from this point. You would imagine they will, as Butland plays it out to Barisic. She's just on this near side. He'll be hoping to lift the Scottish Cup in what looks likely to be his final Rangers game, should they see the job through today.
And it looks like Philippe Clement's addressed the issues that we maybe kind of raised on this left-hand side. Sterling maybe having a little injury, he's off with Barisic. Silva's obviously got fresh legs, but he's got Diamande off as well, who's playing on this side, and Raskins came on just to freshen up this side of the pitch.
So 2-0 Rangers, 81 on the clock. Sports Sound with you until 6 o'clock this evening. There'll be plenty of time to mop up the post-match reaction from both sides. As Richard said, perhaps a look back at yesterday, which saw Dundee United move to the brink of being crowned champions, all but champions now of the championship. Here come Hearts. Tagawa tried to lay it back to Shankland, but Rangers have it back, and it's with Raskin, who's had his injury problems this season, with many others at Ibrox. There's Silva, Dessers. The refs brought it back though. Macaulay Tate was...
No, it was a stupid foul from Raskin there. We're all watching the ball, and Raskin's ran past Macaulay Tate and just hold him back.
Yeah.
Rangers are on the counter. He's 15-20 yards behind. It's a senseless foul altogether. I don't know why Macaulay Tate's
as well, Raskin.
I don't know why Tate's got a yellow card there, unless something's happened before that. But they were running back, maybe having a go at each other, but Raskin just hauled them down. It stopped the Rangers counter-attack.
Hearts free kick, which Craig Gordon's going to take. There are some Hearts fans heading out of Hampden now. You can understand that, given the position they find themselves in this semi-final. Vast majority staying in hope rather than expectation, as Gordon takes the free kick, left-footed, long ball hanging in the air up towards the edge of the box, headed into the Rangers area. Silva gets his head onto it, and Lundstrom heads it away. Picked up here by Mackay. Now it's been given away, and now Lawrence is able to play it to Silva. Dessers has made his run, as is Lawrence. Dessers on a hat-trick, remember. Silva through for Lawrence. Dessers to the right. He's tried to feed it through to him, but Kingsley was there to deny him. And it's gone behind, out on this near side of Stephen Kingsley for a Rangers ball. Not sure if it went for the corner. The monitor in front of me was obscuring the view briefly. Rangers have it, 83 minutes played. Dessers will be desperate for a hat-trick here. It's a throw-in only for Rangers by the looks of it. Is it a corner? Tavernier coming over. It is a corner. So Tavernier over to take. And as I said, Dessers will be begging to be involved in getting on to the end of this. Tavernier takes it, right-footed, in on top of Gordon, who punches away with the right fist. It's going to break to Barisic. It's the most withdrawn of the Rangers outfield players there. It's now down the line by Raskin to McCausland. His low ball is cut out by Kye Rowles, and behind it goes for a Rangers corner. It is hard work for these Hearts players now.
Yeah, and again, we're both doing the same thing there, Kenny. It's the thought process in the final third. Pick the right pass. What a chance there, just to roll it back inside for Raskin, and young McCausland's trying to thread it through the eye of a needle there, and it's been systematic. Both teams have got into really good areas, but the final pass has just been poor.
It will be Barisic to take an in-swinging corner from that northwest corner of Hampden. Rangers attack the goal to the left, bent in by the Croatian, breaks to Dessers, but he's unable to get through the ruck of Hearts players, and Beningame comes away with it and passes it straight out for a Rangers throw-in over on the far side. It's a canter right now for Philippe Clement's side. Well, there is a delay here for a VAR check, but it's very quick and it's game on again.
Yeah, you can't help but think that second goal's just taking the wind right out of Hearts' sails. They were well in the game, they were asking a few questions, they did have their moments without really creating anything of any substance, but that second goal's just kind of confirmed for me that Rangers are going to go on. They're going to go on to the final.
It is with John Lundstrom up to halfway, low ball forward to Silva, fires it out to McCausland on the right hand side, level the 18, now he's level with the penalty spot, pulls it back to Silva, bobbles between his feet, he shoots, deflected, Rangers corner again. They're finishing the game strongly. You feel the heart has gone out of the Hearts players right now. 5 minutes of the 90 to play, they are 2-0 down.
Yeah, they're playing through Hearts at will at the moment. Right for the back, right through. Again, had you been a little bit more clinical or made the better option there, it could have been another easier opportunity. Silva eventually gets the shot away, well blocked.
I think that's the game, because 18-18 has been a decent enough game, but neither team's really worked the opposition goal. Rangers have worked Hearts a lot more than Hearts have worked Rangers, there's no doubt about that.
Raskin with the up and under, looking for Suter. It's headed half away, it breaks to Lawrence Shankland, who hits it long, hoping to get Tagawa involved, but it's cleared by Lundstrom. Long ball into the Hearts half. Suter beaten in the jump by Kingsley. Breaks to Lawrence. The Welshman finds the Belgian Raskin, and he knocks it out to Ross McCausland on this near side, who's popped up on the left all of a sudden. It's back into the Rangers half for Barisic. Short ball to Lundstrom, short to Suter, and then back out to Barisic on this near side. 4 minutes of the 90 left. The dummy there from Lawrence. Silva wasn't quite on the same page quickly enough there, and then Kingsley's brought down by Lawrence, and there'll be a free kick to Hearts, who need to find 2 goals in 3.5 minutes plus whatever referee Stephen McLean adds on at the end of it. Looks unlikely. Stephen Naismith down there cutting a forlorn figure at the moment. We've pretty much got third place sewn up, so not much left for Hearts to fight for at this stage. Should they not manage a remarkable turn around here, but bouncing ball forward into the Hearts half. Tate's onto it with Dessers lurking behind them. Now Beningame on the turn, thought about passing it back to the keeper. Dessers was there and he's found Tate at close quarters instead. Kye Rowles looking for Shankland, cut out by Barisic. Silva back to Lawrence. Now it's with Lundstrom, who finds Tavernier to the right and across the halfway line. Short ball to McCausland, and to Silva, to Raskin, and to Tavernier, but it's like a training exercise right now, Kenny.
Yeah, they're just keeping the ball, they're running the clock down. It's up to Hearts to go and get it back. You know, it's something they've actually not done well over the course of the game, is actually press Rangers better, put them under pressure, and at the moment, there you go, there's Tom Lawrence in the Todd Cantwell position. I know the game's done.
He's got it through towards Dessers, left-hand side of the box, he's on a hat-trick, pulls it back for Silva, who for some reason dived onto the ball rather than stick it into the empty net. It's astonishing from a A player who once cost £35 million. What on earth was that? It stays Rangers 2, Hearts 0.
And you know what, you've got to give Cyril Dessers credit. You could have forgave him for shooting for the tight angle, going for a hat-trick, a Hampden hat-trick, and going home with the match ball. But he just cuts it back perfectly for Silva just to, in his stride, just slide it into the goal. 3-0 and game over. And like you say, he stumbles, was he not expecting it? But he made an absolute mess of the opportunity.
You're bang on, Kenny. I don't think you or I were passing it there. We're going for the hat-trick and the match ball, but as you say, he's done the right thing. He's rolled it in front of his partner, and he just seemed to... It was a Devin Locke moment there. He tripped himself up and landed on top of the ball. It was an astonishing miss.
It's not going to matter in the grand scheme of things, unless Hearts score twice between now and full time. So Aberdeen mount remarkable recoveries twice yesterday, but the deficit was just one on each occasion. Lembikisa to the right for Shankland, looks up, right foot chip ball to the back post. Butland scampering back, but it doesn't find Barry Mackay, nor nobody else in maroon there either. Tavernier can clear. Kai rolls first time to Baningime, but in the 90th minute now, Rangers leading by 2-0, and there will be 3 minutes added on at the end as it stands. Here's Macaulay Tate, pulls it back, chance here, Oda, lovely play, Oda shoots, what a save from Butland! What a save! Because you're expecting the net to bulge there from Oda, and Rangers come on the counter here. Here's an opportunity, Lawrence to Dessers on the hat-trick, shoots and drags it wide off the left-hand post. He won't get a much better chance to follow in the footsteps of Ali McCoist, who scored that League Cup final hat-trick here all those years ago, 4 decades ago now. What a chance, Kenny.
Yeah, big chance again, just to put the game to bed if it's not already. But it goes one end to there. Oda does great to sidestep John Suter, but again, he hits it straight at Jack Butland, but take nothing away for the save. Still had to be made. And then Rangers go up the other end, and it's Tom Lawrence just driving at the heart of the Hearts team, and again chooses to give it to Dessers, who just drags his shot wide when he had the opportunity of the hat-trick.
Yeah, it's the first time Hearts have actually tested Jack Butland, but they've been in good positions and not got it on, not got a shot on, it's been blocked. But you say, he's done everything right. He moves on his right foot, smashes it, Butland produces a wonderful save, and as you say, it goes right down the other end of the park, and Dessers should have really maybe got his hat-trick there.
I mentioned McCoist, that was in that final. Of course, Gordon Durie got the last Rangers hat-trick here in that Scottish Cup final. Probably won't talk to John too much about that one as Hearts pick up the ball in the midfield and Kent shifting it back to Rolls. We are in stoppage time. 3 minutes were confirmed. The long ball comes through towards Shankland. He managed to free himself of Balogun, not of Suter though, and it's Rangers able to clear, and they've got a throw-in over on the far side as well. And Leon Balogun's been really good today, Kenny, hasn't he? I know Hearts haven't been that effective in the final third, but he's dealt with everything that's come his way today.
Well, that was exactly it. Anything that's been asked of him, whether it be a tackle, a block, tracking a runner, winning the header, he's done it all well. And again, that's why there's been cries for him to come back into the team. And had he not got injured, he probably would have stayed in that team. So he's probably unfortunate, a little bit unfortunate he's not found his way back in earlier, but he's definitely done himself his chances no harm now.
Mackay gets it through to Shankland. Balogun slides in, and it's another challenge from Balogun. Shankland hasn't got any change out of him at all today, and it goes behind for a Hearts corner, but the horses bolted. As far as Hearts are concerned, they will exit the Scottish Cup at the semi-final stage, as Aberdeen did yesterday. And they'll be bitterly disappointed because they fancied their chances today against a Rangers side with just 2 wins in their previous 8 games coming into this. Barry Mackay with the corner. It's a poor one though. It's headed away by Silva. Tate controlling the edge of the box. The Rangers fans felt by a hand, but Raskin's got it away, and Dessers might yet have an opportunity to get his hat-trick because Silva is driving forward. Dessers is in space to the left, and he can't find him. So off the heels of Lembikisa, and Hearts are able to get it away. That was the chance, and I think the Rangers fans, I think his manager as well, desperate for him to get that hat-trick, given the intense criticism he's come under this season.
Of course, and we talked at half-time about going on to 20 goals. This hat-trick could have been that. He could have completed it in this game no problem, had he taken the opportunities, or had his teammates actually put them on a plate like they probably should have on a couple of occasions in the last 3 or 4 minutes. But it's been a good day's work for Rangers. They're going to win the game. They're going to get to the final. they've had a bad week in terms of results. Now they've got back in their cup final, so a little bit more positivity about things at Ibrox.
Lawrence out to McCausland, deep in stoppage time. McCausland darting away from a couple of challenges, can't quite find Dessers. It breaks off Lembikisa again, and then to Tate. But that's about it. Time that was added has elapsed. Stephen McLean will blow for full time shortly. Tavernier under pressure from Tagawa, manages to turn it infield to Lundstrom. In added time, in fact, there's actually 4 minutes that have been added at the end, so we're deep into that now. Dessers comes forward, it breaks to Kent, and now it's with Tate, but we are in that 4th minute of stoppage time. Here is Barisic picking up a loose ball on the left-hand side. Finds Lundstrom, and Raskan inside the centre circle to Tom Lawrence. And back to Tavernier, to Raskin, but Rangers playing this game out now. Stephen McLean's had a little look at his watch there. The final whistle is seconds away. And when it's blown, it will signal that Rangers are through to the Scottish Cup final. For 23-24, the two managers embrace on the touchline. Bitter disappointment for Stephen Naismith, who's enjoying a fine season, first full season as Hearts manager. He will have to settle for the consolation prize that will be confirmed soon of group stage European football next season when they confirm 3rd spot. For Rangers though, a double from Dessers, one early on, very early in proceedings. It was a cool finish as well, good footwork, shimmy, left foot finish low into the net, and then with 12 of the 90 to play, he sealed Rangers' place in next month's showpiece. Took a little deflection, both were set up by Todd Cantwell as Rangers get back to winning ways. And it's a spectacular win for them as well, because it takes them through to the Scottish Cup final, which will be an Old Firm Scottish Cup final for the first time since 2002, when Peter Lovenkrands scored that dramatic late winner for Rangers against Celtic. Those two will do battle in what for many people will be a mouth-watering prospect on Saturday the 25th of May, because it finished here in the second of this season's Scottish Cup semi-finals at the National Stadium. Rangers 2, Heart of Midlothian 0.
The Scottish Cup.